Monarchs are terrible. Don't scare me like that. Cragger, what's up, buddy? Hey, thanks for the gift sub. I really appreciate that. 60 subs, Jesus Christ. Hey, everybody, I'm back. It's amazing. I know I didn't really go anywhere. I only missed one stream day, but I'm back. I made it. And Jesus Christ, it's been a hell of a weekend. I'll get into the details once we get into the game, because we have a lot of ground to cover tonight. I want to do all of A Machine for Pigs tonight, if possible. But we'll see how that goes. But yeah, internet should be mostly fixed. It has, I will say this, it's had one drop since we started, but they should be very brief. They should not be like the ones we've been experiencing. In theory, you guys shouldn't even notice anything. Long story short, my internet is like 75% fixed. The big problem has been resolved, which should make the little problem mostly unnoticeable, but I'm going to be watching the connection like a hawk tonight to make sure everything goes well, but it should at least be functional. It shouldn't be buffering like crazy for anybody. Anyway, I'm so glad to be back. I'm so glad to see you guys again. Just skipping one night of this schedule feels like I've been away for like a week. So I am very excited to be back. I'm very excited to be playing this. Everybody knows Amnesia Machine for Pigs. It's the follow-up to Amnesia: The Dark Descent. It is not made by Frictional Games. It's made by the Chinese Room, the folks who made Dear Esther. Most people don't like it. I don't like it. Hey, Absol, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. I played through a little bit of this years ago, and then I watched a playthrough of it. And that playthrough has stuck with me in terms of story, not so much in terms of gameplay. And I wrote my original review based on that, and it was pretty scathing. But I decided it was time for me to give this one another try and actually see what it's like playing through the game myself, to see if that actually changes my opinion one way or another. Regardless, we're gonna approach this one with an open mind. I'm not gonna shit all over it. If there's stuff that comes up that's not great, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna be happy, reasonable people about it. So we are gonna waste no more time. We're gonna get straight to it. Jesus. I forgot how intense the soundtrack could be. Alright, anyway, we're starting a new game. Yes, we are starting. Maybe it'd be better if it was a machine for people other than just cops. Ouch. Oh, ouch. There are hearts in it, apparently. Can I shit all over? It's kind of my thing. Please, please. Where's the machine for fishermen? They decided to start with a machine for pigs and then diversify if it worked out. But as you're going to see, it... Also, cheers, everybody. He who makes a beast of himself removes himself from the pain of being human. Pretty good quote.
Daddy.
Hi.
Daddy.
Hello.
Please don't kill me.
Ooh. It's a machine for something. It's the beauty of it. It doesn't do anything. Oh, good lord. Did you finish this one? I did not personally finish this one. I watched a playthrough of it. And I don't remember a lot about the gameplay, but I do remember the story. I very distinctly remember the story. So we're gonna see if the actual gameplay of this improves my opinion of it at all, or further degrades it. Oh. Did you notice we're sleeping in a cage? Probably because of that. Without the cage, we just roll off under. Hey! Not a roguelike, thank you so much for subscribing for 14 months. No more Dr. Disconnect. Echo Far, hey buddy. Hey, our Dominic. Harmby, what's up? What's up? Why no noise? Do I need to turn up the game audio? Because I can. Okay. Oh god. Oh god. I gotta find a thing. Oh my god. Okay, hang on one sec. Hang on one sec. Don't do that. Set to default. It actually cloud saved my settings from when I played this like 6 years ago, back when I used to do inverted mouse and ESDF. Imagine it didn't make a noise when you subbed or my speaker's too low. I think your speakers are too low. Not a roguelike. We're gonna be as reasonable as we can about this. I can't speak for Monax. Monax, that's kind of their thing, but I am going to approach this with an open mind. Any criticism I have, I'm going to make as constructively as possible. I'm gonna chuck these chairs wherever I can. Bible. Bottle. Yeah, I did ESDF. I was one of them. It was me. And a guy who in chat. In my dreams, I see a man dressed in jaguar skins and feathered like a blooded saint. What came from the heart lubricated us. It crushed evil under its tread and liberated us all. The fetid heat of the jungle mirrored somewhere behind my forehead. My temple pounds. The blood boils in my skull. It feels as if there is something alive there. A rat. A damn rat gnawing through my brains, eating its way out into the world. Even the laudanum will not quell its endless hunger. I hear my children playing in the attic, but it fills me with terror, not love. What desperate thoughts are these? Couple things to note. We were sleeping in a cage. Also, our armoires and everything are locked with these strange devices. Not sure why.
Daddy, Daddy, find us.
Daddy, Daddy. Daddy, Daddy. Yeah, I don't know why Gnarl doesn't have the Founder's Badge. That does seem very strange to me. The early ones might have been gifted. Or it might have been, I don't know. I don't know if...
Hold your hand and watch the blood pool between your legs. You lived long enough to see Edwin, but not Enoch. I will take care of them, my love. I promise you this.
Eulogizing about his dead wife. Hang on a sec. I'm going to turn this up a little bit so it's easier for you all to experience the madness. Yep. I held your hand as the blood pooled between your legs. That's great. Yeah, his children's name are Edwin and Enoch. These are locked by strange devices. Can we turn on subtitles for those scenes? We should, shouldn't we? Show subtitles, yes. Back to game. Thank you for the reminder. Ghost children. Ghost children are scary. Didn't actually just resub even though it said I did have to resub in a few days. That's weird. Why does...
Papa, this way.
Gnarl, why does nothing you do ever seem to work quite right? A ball? There's a damn ball. that's locked. Anyway, has only one kid. Enoch is Edwin's rapper name. Oh. Gasp. Shock. Ha 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 ha. Is that? Makes like little farting noises. Into the attic.
There's a bad man coming.
That's me. Forgotten how dark this game is, Jesus. Hope y'all can see like any. Oh, here we go. Oh, I saw ghost children. Here we go. Now we can see things. How charming. Let's see if we can creep up into here. Your room was in the attic of one of our houses as a kid. Pulled the stairs down just like how it was awesome. Yeah, I had one of those, an attic like that. I never wanted to go up there because it's apparently all fiberglass insulation. My parents didn't want me ingesting any. Daddy said there won't be Christmas this year. He is much too busy. Nanny says we must not disturb him. He is ever so busy. He is gone for work before she wakes up, and often we are asleep before he returns. We found a bird in the garden with a broken wing. We gave it to Nanny, who said it was a filthy thing and hid it with a rolling pin. Later, we crept downstairs to bury the body when everyone was asleep. There was a pig in the garden. We heard it snuffling about. Then Daddy came and said we had to come inside straight away. He was furious, but we think he'd been crying again. Very, very healthy home life these kids have. Fibers. Finally using your real voice. This game is ever so delightful. Yes, I do so enjoy this. I forget, is there anything down this way? More spooky attic. This game is anti-Christmas. It's also pro-Hanukkah. Already reading things in mocking tone, so much for giving it a shot.
We're hiding, Daddy.
Alright, so right off the bat, like, ghost children, I'm sorry, not a fan. Do not care for the whole ghost children motif. I've never been a fan of that, so. Also, apparently I just teleported that box under myself. First note was read like that. Come on. Can I play this? I hope I can. All this rewiring for naught. Yeah, I know that one was kind of bad. It's okay. So here's the thing. Let me explain this. So they sent out. Guy came in the morning. Everything was fine while he was here. So he left. I swear to God, the moment he left, everything went to shit again. So, oh, that's weird. So I called again. I got them to send out another guy. This guy was pro. This guy knew what was up, okay? So he went through all my stuff. He checked everything. Turns out the wiring in my house was no good. The wiring in my house needed to be redone. But there's also some kind of problem between our complex and and the main lines. So today the dude went through and rewired my entire house. And I mean, he went to the box. I missed a note in the second drawer. He went to the box. He ran new wires through a storage closet up. Ah, you're right. He ran wires up through my porch, across the outside of my house, in through the bathroom wall, and then in through the bedroom wall. So it's a direct upgraded line. I think my HOA president's gonna be kind of pissed about that I did that. She texted me. It was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "It's okay. They're rewiring my house. No problem." It was like, "On the outside?" I was like, "Totally not noticeable. It's fine." It's very noticeable. So I'm gonna get in trouble for that. I'm terribly excited. But so the main issue is fixed. The bad wiring I had is fixed. So in terms of dropped frames, I'm dropping a lot fewer than I have been. But the problem with the main line, whatever that is, still persisting. And he seems to think that the bad wiring in my house was exacerbating the problem on the main line. So, but they're working on getting both fixed. So tonight, at least, there should be no catastrophic drops. Like, I shouldn't get disconnected or anything at all. So, the wire is white, the wall is white, but she's the picky type. So, anyway, yes, he said, I know these ruins. He was a shabby fellow, all rotten with some malodorous disease. I caught him looking at me strangely, as if what he really wanted to know was how I knew of them. Biting back the temptation to box his ears for the impudence, I simply smiled and told him that my family's library contained intriguing travel books. The illiterate oaf did not understand that, of course. He agreed to lead us anyway. I've told the children, truly, this will be an extraordinary adventure. If those old stories hold the financial benefits I predict, it will merely be the first of many. No, there really aren't. Yeah, my HOA president is this older single lady. Her sons all grown up and moved out, and she just has no time. She has no time for anybody who's not like 100% with her on everything. That's probably what stream lagging before as you started reading. I could refresh the stream and you're already done. Yeah, like there was another drop right there. I think like on previous nights that would have been like a huge pause, but tonight I think we can just roll past it. So I'd hang that in my living room. This fellow's a collector of fine arts.
You don't mind if I record this, do you? I find it most useful.
Ah, you have one of those wonderful departed bills. No, of course not, my dear fellow.
It's my own design, Professor, along with everything you see.
Most useful. You understand, of course, why the ministry sent me. That they have concerns.
Concerns. Yes, the concerns. Cool temple. I don't think that's how clocks are supposed to work. Got some hieroglyphs here. Some strange books. Nice house. One thing I will say, constructive criticism here. One thing that has always bothered me about a machine. Well, that's no good. One thing that has always bothered me about a machine for pigs is the lighting. Oh, we should take this. We really should take this. Like, there are like 15 lamps in this place, and I still need to use my hand lantern to light it up. Like, they kind of messed up the lighting in this game. It should be way better than this. I missed the details on your internet. It's twofold. One problem was the old wiring in my house. The main problem is on the main line connecting my complex to the rest of the system. There's something wrong with that. That's interference, whatever. So the tech's theory is that the bad wiring in my house was exacerbating the mainline issue, which is why I was getting like catastrophic drops. So the wiring in my house is fixed, so we're still getting drops, but they're much smaller than I've been getting lately, which should make it manageable. And then tomorrow, I don't need to be here for this, thankfully. They're going to work on the main line, and then after that, in theory, should be good. Should be.
Hello?
Precious eagle cactus fruit. Help us.
I don't follow. Neat little device. So yeah, we're like 75% of the way there. Tonight's stream should be perfectly functional. It may drop and stutter a bit, but by Wednesday it should be 100% okay. If it's not, I can always call them back and they'll keep working on it. So, Purple Monkey Dishwasher. The bank is refusing credit, the ignorant swine. I sit alone at night and weep once the children and servants are safely asleep, when they cannot hear me. My darling, how I need you now. They say I have squandered my fortune, that my investment in these latest machines has ruined the family name. What, that I was to remain a local butcher? What are these 2 arms compared to the multitude that can be applied without pay, without tire, by adapting the mechanisms we find in the looms and the mills. But if the bank has its way, it will all come to nothing. If they come for the house, I swear I will kill them. I will kill them all. I will take my rifle. My rifle. So obviously we're playing a very well-adjusted individual. Was that in here? Do anything else on this doodad? Doesn't seem like it. That's locked. The ones locked by these devices, there's not even an interaction prompt for them. You just can't even touch them. Ah, my rifle. Ah, there we go. Ooh, secrets. Yeah, I don't actually remember a lot about the game, gameplay in this. So, children's. What did I just do? Oh, I closed the thing behind me. I'm sure that's exactly what I wanted to do. Okay. I had a one-way... Oh, cool. It's the painting. I had a one-way glass in my own office. Replacement is dissatisfactory. So like a pump. Better the intestinal canal, like a tapeworm already hosting intrusion in the breed. Brass better than copper, more resistant. Filaments sewn to bone hold. Marrow pipe removal with needle potential. Composite replacement straightforward. Will respond to electromagnetic inducement to increase yield rate. Serum provides accelerated resetting, resulting in naturalized movement within 2 to 3 days. Subject still requires severing of frontal lobes to reduce emotional distress upon reactivation. Damn it, damn this wretched soul. If only it were clockwork. Those sound like unpleasant experiments. Oh, cool, he can...
This dawning epoch, this age of reason, an empire grown fat, ripe for the bleeding.
Gross. You can watch people in the bathroom. And apparently he photographs them. Jesus Christ. There we go. Oh, she looks really happy about... Oh! Isn't this game set in London? Why earthquakes in London? Just a little Norman Bates stuff. Nothing real big. NBD. We will fasten that great mouth down over the chimney and inhale the world and suck the fairies and the nonsense clean from your dirty heart. Is that the machine or the pigs? To run, We've been given the run prompt. It is so implied that we will need it. Edwin Enoch's diary. Daddy says we're not allowed to play with the animals anymore. We were playing hide and seek with Cook, and he came and shouted at us just as we were going to hide behind Mr. Grumpy Teddy. Cook says it's because of the guns in there, but he always lets us help polish them, so it can't be that. Is this set in America? Anyway, that room is haunted. If you sneak around there at night, you can hear the ghosts in the walls behind the cases. That's Daddy. They're often angry, or that's how it sounds. We think that's why you can hear them rattling their chains and slamming doors and things like that. We don't like it there anyway. Well... Yeah, check this out. Check this out. I turned this lamp off. I'm gonna turn it on now. Did basically nothing. Really just kind of lit the table around it. Fortunately, there's no oil for your lamp in this. I believe it's electric. But that's one of the things that people dinged Machine for Pigs for.
Papa.
There's no inventory. There are no items in this at all. There are, however, earthquakes. Quite a few of them, in fact. Now, I'd like to just not be here anymore. Can I just... Giant-ass keyholes on the inside of the door. Naturally. Fireplace. Some ominous-ass music. England has fairly regular earthquakes, by the way, although I assume there wasn't as much fracking back then. I did not know that, actually. I had no idea. I mean, I live in California. We have them regularly.
Say, my dear man, you look awful.
You look
Yes,
awful.
sir. I seem to have picked up something rather nasty, Vincent.
I do understand what you've been through. A lesser man would have crumbled. Yet you have made all of this. Your great factory, your charities. It is a wonder for one man alone.
It will all be made clear, Professor. But first, a drink.
I do quite like the voice acting in this game. I remember that. I remember how much I enjoyed it. This is interesting. We have several very long hallways here. I'm gonna go down this one. Oh, we have a courtyard. Or is this back alley? Ah, ghost children! How dare you? Ghost children, come back! Wait, where the hell did they go? Okay, so yes, this is a courtyard. And this is definitely England, judging by the weather. I can make that joke, right? That's... Am I cool on that one? Ooh, there's a lot of reading in this game. I'm to have a visitor, the distinguished Professor A. He's come to ascertain my mental well-being after my prolonged absence from the club. But I'm not stupid. He's here to spy for them. When they stalked the Ripper, he was often called to pontificate upon lacerations and missing organs. And now it comes to me to doff and wheedle, and my dear sir, but you must still grieve, and perhaps just a quick look at your engines, the triumph of the age. He knows nothing of loss, nothing of sacrifice. But to refuse? That would simply poke the hornet's nest, invite a swarm of interlopers and thieves. I must entertain this buffoon and submit to his intrusion. Perhaps I should show him the tripery, see whether his stomach, so trained by rummaging in the innards of clumsily vivisected whores, yeesh, is strong enough to stare into the real engines of this golden age. I may even introduce him to Jack, or his sons at least. There are stronger locks on the windows now, and we bring their toys to them. Which way did I come? I came from this way. I want to go this way. That one's locked. Ish. I found another bathroom, from which I'm pretty sure I can creep on people. Man, you can't even flush the toilets in this one. Damn shame. Damn shame. Courtyard. That's the door I came from. Let's head this away. So yeah, it's been quite a weekend for me. Saturday was mostly spent dealing with... Oh, wow. Mostly spent dealing with internet issues and getting frustrated at the fact that they couldn't get fixed. Friday was my younger daughter's birthday. She turned 4. And so to celebrate that, we went to Legoland yesterday, which was very fun. I love Legoland quite a bit. That's a bear. We did, wait. I can move this? Whoa, okay. Okay. Boy, it's a good thing I noticed that interaction point, huh? Boy, I came out of nowhere. Oh, I was born in a barn. Yeah, so we did this thing. Legoland here in California has this place called the minifigure market. Ooh. I think we're getting in the machine. Oh, nice, Echo Far. That'll be fun. 4 is a pretty fun age. It's when you can start actually reasoning with them for once. But Cheer goes, thank you so much. You're such a gem. Anyway, you could make 3 minifigures in a set. So my 2 daughters made minifigures, and real quick, I made myself. The angry face was the only one with the beard, but considering the last couple of streams, I figured it was pretty appropriate. Also, this guy has more hair than I've ever had in my life, so I'm just gonna kind of live vicariously. Why do you have a palette? They had a limited a selection of accessories for them, and I figured angry artist kind of summed me up better than, you know, angry guy with pretzel or angry guy with hammer of Thor. So. Here's the thing. Al Borland minifig. Oh god, you're right. I think yeah, actually, if I take the hair off of him, that's pretty solid Al Borland right there. Give him a hammer and we're in there. I think so, Tim. Did the same thing in a mall in Chicago. Love making minifigures. Yeah. You can trade minifigures with the staff at Legoland. Their badges are Lego plates, and they sometimes stick unique minifigures on them. And if you have a minifigure, you can trade yours for theirs. My wife suggested I bring some of my old minifigures to trade. I said no. Rude. Boy, that sounded messed up. Wow, that's a dining room. I'm sorry, what? Did you dismember and devour someone at your last dinner? Interesting statue. Do they provide custom stuff for you to choose from a pre-made selection? It's not custom. They have bins. They have big bins of heads and bodies and legs. Yeah, so there's a pre-made selection, and it rotates too. So this time there were only a certain number of heads and such that I could choose from. There we go. Sorry, little drop there. I apologize. If you refresh the stream, I'm sure it'll be fine. I can't read this. This is German. Why minifigures instead of just Lego people? Minifigures are what they call Lego people. That's like the official term for them. Like, technically they're Lego bricks instead of Lego blocks. It's not. They're not like extra mini or anything. All right, so this is back out in the main room. Where does this go? You're excuse me. Well then. Ah, it's gone. Okay, hang on. Journal. Found documents. There you go. Please, Monax, enjoy. Do they have chest torsos with man boobs? They have. Let's see. When I was there, they had a bunch of women's dresses. They had some female minifigure chests that were kind of more unisex, other than like the breast shadows. So I mean, that would probably suffice. Wasn't dog as child stupid fawn. Also, my younger daughter found a mermaid torso. She really wanted to make a mermaid, but they didn't have any mermaid tails. So she just kind of went with a princess dress for her bottom. Who is it?
Mandus, do you know me?
Who are you? Where are my children?
Trapped, Mandus. Far below us. The machine is fouled. It is breached. It is flooded. The bulkheads are down. The children are engaged. If you help me, I can help you release them. Restore the power, Mandus. Drain the flooding and restart the great engines.
How? Where should I go? Hello? Hello?
Accidentally ran over his dog. Just replace accidentally repeatedly in dog with son. Minifigure thing is probably just marketing and trademarking nonsense. I know the plural is supposed to be Lego with no... Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they have their own very specific terms for everything. Looks like this doesn't really go anywhere. Oh, I think I remember this, how this part works, actually. Sleep, my child, sleep. Your heart beats under my hand, and I hold you in the open wounds of mine. This heart, yikes. Well then. Oh, this is where I came before. Okay, so there is... Okay, I think I remember this part. I think I remember. I need a, I think there was a switch that I missed. I thought it was out here. I could be wrong. Yeah, okay. So that's where the secret room was. People cited graphic novels deserve to finish it. So we found one secret room. We need to find like a secret switch or something to open this up. What if you call graphic novels comics, but comics comics? Alright, so this is that hallway. There's that thing. Is there a switch out here that I missed? Oh my lord. That I listened to. That's nothing. This way I just ran down. That's nothing. Wait. Hey! Now we're talking. Oh. Well. Somebody did not tidy up after themselves. Surprised not having a conniption fit over this. Whoa! There is something in that bed. I think this is what we needed. Some mutilated rats, great. Okay, that, we're gonna have to do something with that. Alright. Okay, I think that moved things around. I think that's what I needed to do. This is some kind of conveyor. Oh, they chopped somebody up and put him in here. Oh, ew, yuck. Alright, well that's done. Oh good, they're gone. That's good. That's really good. Yep, I am very glad this happened. Alright, well. You can see where your house needs rewiring now.
Hands are bleeding, raw. I scrub and scrub, but the smell will not lift. How can I hold my children with these hands now? How can I kiss them goodnight with lips that have issued such instruction? Strong,
manly hands. Old Sally the doll's cottager, oh, she come a snufflin' by night round ye door, with her pretty apron right down to the hoof, and her ringlets are fair, and her eyes china blue, like a half-buried hand in the wintry snow, oh, like a hand in the wintry snow. She'll beg you for apples through window ajar, her face be all hidden, but her eyes shine aflame, and though you'll be tempted, her bosom so fair, she'll snatch you and catch you and eat out your heart-o. She'll catch you and eat out your heart. So look to your manners come the eve of the year, lest Sally comes calling for apples, my dear, and know that some doors ne'er should be open wide. Take heed of your father and keep safe inside. Disobedient children make Sally her paizo, and warm Sally's beastly insides. Woof. Sally is no bueno. Alright, well, let's see where our new friend got off to. Yeah, okay. I remember this now. Alright, yeah, we want to go this way. After the main character dude strip, paraphrasing the German poem, I'm sure none of this will be relevant.
I am off to market. I will cry all the way home. I will have none. I will have none at all.
Do you get it? Do you get the Little Piggies reference? It's about piggies. All right, so these are open now. The places where we open those valves. Yeah, that was a lot of blood.
It's coming. Come on, Daddy. It's this way.
Up, ghost children. How are my children trapped below if I'm following their ghosts? Seems a bit off, don't it? Lovely pig masks. What is this? Oh, we're out on the streets. Okay. Well, this is interesting. That's locked. Can I? Oh, I can jump. Good. Heard something scream. Sal's a big fan of Paizo Mario games. Can never deal with all those invisible blocks.
Come and see, Papa. We found an egg. A stone egg.
That's just a stone, child. It's just a friggin' stone. Children are skilled anime espers. I knew I raised them right. What is this? Oh, hello. Well, we're dead. As a well-to-do industrialist with a fragile constitution, such a fall will surely be the end of us. Curled into his cabin, he barely noticed the passing weeks. The swell nearly sunk her, but his fever kept it afloat. In the dark, his song glowing. I actually got an achievement. At some point, they added achievements to this game. I noticed the same thing with Amnesia. The ill-lit lowering. I realize now that my fear of dirt stems from the disease I contracted climbing those lost jungle temples. It is as if those clean places, so free of humanity's filth, imprinted upon my soul and left it fragile to what I find here. Fear is what keeps us all in our places, and the fear of flesh, the ruin of the flesh, is the greatest of them all. I am sickened, I am ruined, but I will build such machines to contain this plague and heal us all. A new century is upon us. He's right, too. June 3rd, 1899. Just like the child in the best new manga, Spy X Family. Seriously, check that one out? Oh, maybe I will. Nothing immersion or tension breaking about achievements. I like achievements if they're interesting. I was always a big fan of the way Valve did achievements. The way they actively encouraged players
Slow coach, it's this way.
to play in ways kind of antithetical to the normal gameplay. I thought that was a really clever way to broaden the experience. You can play straight through the game and get normal achievements for beating like milestones and stuff.
Feel is our attempts to clear the floodwaters. Treachery, Mandus. We were undone. Your children are trapped by this act. You must find them before it is too late.
What do you need me to do? How can I find them?
Always deeper, Mandus. Through the piston room and into the tunnels. Then find the bilge and flush the rotten water. I will help you where I can. But you must be swift, my little friend.
The part where he kills you, was the pinnacle of a lot of things. I still remember the like getting to that point and like the build up to it and the payoff, and I just remember how good it was and just how hard I was laughing. Man, remember when Valve made games? Remember how good and fun they were? Okay, breathing was tremendous. Remember Artifact? Oh god. It's an evolution of the spooky ball rolling down the hallway, the spooky barrel. Oh my god. Well, where'd it go? That was cool. Still time to become the #1 Artifact streamer. Serious question. Do you think they're actually working on Artifact at Valve? They said they were. They said that they were going to continue working on it and like turn it around. I don't know that I buy that. I can totally reach through here and open this. I can totally do that. I could reach through my screen right now and open that. About those people who are streaming porno and Dragon Ball's Artifact stream. Birdo, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. We are getting our oink on. Alright, I fixed the thing. Weren't there some like prominent what do you suppose this does? Weren't there some prominent Hearthstone players who basically said like, yeah, I'm quitting Hearthstone, I'm gonna be an Artifact streamer now? Boy, talk about suicide. Channel suicide. You fix the machine, you start putting pigs into it now. What does it do to the pigs? That's the real question. What are we doing to the pigs? Do the pigs like it? Are they happy about this? First, the whole Artifact community is made of ex-Hearthstone players from Hong Kong. Now that would be interesting. Artifact is a form of protest.
Bandaged feet and eyes. Small bones in the orchard. I have carried this world on my back with its legs about me. Damn this wretched soul. I am given birth to nothing but machinery.
God, sounds painful. I have... Oh, Jesus. Okay, that's kind of cool. I accidentally solved a puzzle. It was a cool puzzle. I hope they all move to a less dead game, like literally anything else. I was morbidly curious today, because I heard another prominent Twitch streamer, I think his name is Shroud, moved to Mixer. So I was kind of curious how these dudes like Ninja are doing on Mixer. So I checked in today. I remember a couple months ago tuning into a Ninja stream just to see what it was all about, and dude had like 50,000 people watching him, right? I checked out his Mixer channel today, 2,000. Yeah. Oof indeed. Now, I get the feeling, I had heard that Ninja was kind of like on the decline. What's the incentive to move? Money. A giant fuck pile of money. I think Mixer paid him like $2 million or something to move. So the impression that I was getting was that Ninja was kind of like on the decline anyway. Like follower and sub counts were going down. So honestly, moving to Mixer might have been a good call specifically for him to kind of like future-proof against decline. It's hard to get people to migrate platforms. That's why YouTube's lasted momentum. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely right. There's a lot of inertia in these things. It's like, I would have moved for that. Hard to say no to $2 million. I mean, come on, if it was just us, here, and Mixer like, here, I'll give you a pile of money to move over, you guys would come, right? We don't have any religious objections to Mixer that I'm aware of. Mixer's Microsoft anyway, half their expenditures throwing money at unprofitable projects. Ain't that the truth? Well, now they got Minecraft to prop them up. Oh! Something just broke. Somebody sounds angry. Alright, we need a new fuse. I think I saw one earlier. We'll go check down here anyway. Now, I'm gonna level with you guys. I'm gonna be honest. The first time I played this game, it terrified me. I got a little bit further than this, and then I quit because it was freaking me out too bad. I am not so concerned this time because I know something about this game that I didn't know at the time. Which is probably becoming increasingly apparent to y'all as we go through it. Still using IRC every day, still use ICQ. That's how I met my wife. I hope that's serious. I hope that's really how that went down.
Follow us, Papa.
A medieval or dusk? I love a medieval. A medieval is honestly one of the best first-person shooters I've ever played in my life. Also, hi, Erkaburka. I like that name. It's just fun to say. Thought I saw something. My close friend says that, but ICQ is the way you used to communicate when she was in Australia. Now, oh, that's adorable. How sweet. Alright, well, this didn't fare very well, did it? Oh. Oh, we're scared of something.
Hold still, for God's sake, hold still, child. Don't let it get into your eyes. I'm gonna rinse it out now. There. It will be fine. You just need to lie down. Enoch, look to your brother. How many times have I told you not to play in the cellar?
I don't know, maybe don't keep, like, lie unsecured in the cellar? Don't leave stuff in the cellar that your kids can put in their eyes and, like, melt their eyeballs with. That'd be my suggestion, personally. As the father of 2 children who have retained their sight thus far. Alright, we found a thing. Pickle juice in the eyes. Oh, these are neat. I remember this. This is cool. This game has like an airlock system. I just don't remember. There we go. Okay. So yeah, does that. You close that door, which looks really cool. You sanitize yourself, because obviously you're a filthy human. You're a horror game bad dad. Open this one. And then switch it off. And that is how they mask area transitions. which I think is a pretty cool idea. All right, this is a map of the game. I didn't realize this at first, the first time I played it, but so this is a map of basically everything we're gonna go through. So we are currently at this warehouse area. There's like a big distillery-looking thing, and then a couple factories. Below that looks like the butchery lines. Below that seems to be meat processing. I wonder if this is the tripery he was talking about. Cold Roll Steel, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Going pretty good tonight. Internet connection's actually holding up. It's mostly fixed. It should be all fixed after tomorrow. Machine for pigs. It's a machine. Hey! Is that supposed on? Thank you so... Wow, dude. Thank you for subscribing for 13 months. Unlucky month. I'm trying to make it lucky. I am. And then below that appear to be the engines, the boilers, maybe? Anyway, we can... we'll find more of those maps as we progress, and it'll kind of help us keep our bearings as we descend. Okay. Slight spoiler, maybe. One of the offices in this area has a really cool scene in it. From the window, he could see almost to the docks, where they were still pulling hair out of the gratings. God knows what it's about, says the paperboy. The talk is of murder. Yeah, mostly. Turns out there were 2 problems with my internet connection, and we solved one today by rewiring my entire house. There's now cabling running up the outside front of my house, past my front door. Also, I can do these streams. Harvest the crust from my eyes. Can unfouled be. I feel like I haven't found any notes in a while. Looks like a big engine thingy. So whoever sits at these desks, big time drinker, needs a lot to just to get through the day. Also keeps a shirt in there. Oh, note. But then what if they could stand upright and walk as men? What if the brute were harnessed thus? Would they sing? Would they find their own god? I have seen these things, and I will tell you now, no. No, they will not. But they will happily accept fealty to a god thrust upon them, and worship it thus given. In this I realize they are no different to the masses. They are much the same as us. Once this irrevocable threshold is passed, I understand that we too are shackled and must be set free. To free the man, we cut the man. In order to cross the great evolutionary line, it must first be painted upon the ground. Isn't a working desk, that's a living desk. I think that's the way we want to go. The lighting in this game is not just dark, it's weird, but it's not, yes, it is murky. It is bizarrely murky. And I don't know why that is. A note. In America, they talk of building their cities to the skies. To me, this seems folly, but perhaps it is simply a case of a nation founded without a history of its own. We walk upon our histories. They are compacted into the very loam beneath our feet. The engineers we employed talk of this. They talk of how, when building the underground trains, they'd often come across older tunnels crisscrossing the capital. What palaces lie beneath us? We are digging, excavating, and reappropriating what we find. At the center of the planet, my architect tells me, there's a great iron ball. It is the egg of the world. It's old-timey. Murky can be scary. There we go. This is like one cool scene that Machine for Pigs has. It's just a bloody drawer full of glasses and teeth. I love that one. I don't know why. I don't know what the hell is going on there, but I love it. The problem is it's so nonsensical, the lighting in this game. Like, look, this lamp is on. It's on. It's not lighting anything. These lamps are all on. Watch when I turn this one on. It didn't light anything. Like, all the lighting in this game is pre-baked. Yet they let you turn lights on and off. And it's pre-baked in such a dark fashion. It's bizarre. We integrate the very latest knowledge of chemistry using low levels of laudanum derivative and feed to subdue the product even before the initiation of the process. That means that when we drag them from the holding pens onto the line, they're less likely to panic and damage machine components, other products, or themselves. This section of the belt is sheathed in rubber and kept well to maintain good spirits, and we have actually found the intelligent placement of gramophones and simple acoustic amplification tubes around the line means we can use music to further soothe the product. We find Debussy particularly effective in this regard. Scary because what if they had never invented high output bulbs? There's still cat hair tied around some nails. Warning, fueling pumps. Volatile chemicals are in use. These materials are highly corrosive. Wear protection. Words to live by. Always wear protection. Regardless of how corrosive the materials may be. Here we go. We had some piggy bits. Those of you particularly fond of pigs, this may not be easy viewing for you. Whoops. I guess surgery, so I don't need protection. That's probably the way to do it, honestly. So it happens to give life to the brightness slider from Photoshop. Yeah. There we go. Onto the cart with ye. Okay, that don't work. I think... Yeah, that's a truck fueling station. Okay. Dimly remember this. The music is good. I will say the music is good. Someone should make a horror game out of Photoshop's UI. Now that'd be terrifying. Just leave a bunch of piggy bits here. Oh! That one's still alive. So that's the alleyway. I think that's the way we want to go. Blood under that door, so we can't go that way. A closet with some dead rats and a note. Imagine, they say, a machine one day that might think like a man, as if this is to be desired. One might almost boast of creating a man who breathed like a pig. Men and women upon all fours, rutting carelessly. Okay, that went places. Dude started off talking about AI and then ended up on the air thick with the whimperings of lust, bodies streaked with their own emissions. I hate that word, emissions. Like, you can use it if you're talking about carbon, and that's it. That's it. It's an 1899 furry. No, this is not the machine we seek. Such an entity should be nothing less than a deity, and we would fall upon our knees and worship it. We shall not carve gods to bicker and fornicate. They will exist to clean the world and set us free. I reject Babbage as I reject these men of government. Let the pigs copulate in the gutters whilst they can. We shall scoop them up and ease their ascension soon enough. None of these notes are signed, so I have to assume they're all from Mandus. He sounds batshit insane. There she lusts after lovers whose genitals are like those of oh my god. So yeah, I played through Lust for Darkness over the weekend. I didn't play all the way through it. I played like an hour and a half of it before I decided I was done with it. Dicks everywhere. a never-ending sea of dildos. It was breathtaking. I was shocked just at the scope of the dildoery present. Was this updated? I'm pretty sure there's a bundle, there's a pick and mix horror bundle on Fanatical right now. I think you can get it for. Seriously though, bad game. Bad game. It is every boring indie indie horror walking sim you have ever seen, just with dildos everywhere. Dildo Elysium. Oh god, I hope my kids are asleep. A note. How in blazes are we supposed to meet these damned schedules if even the basic equipment we are provided with simply will not perform its designated function? These cursed newfangled trucks will only run a fraction of the distance my old nag managed before running out of stinking gasoline. The gaffer says it's fine, and there's plenty of pumps to refill them outside the factory walls, which end up dragging a blessed tank from the truck to the nearest one to refill it. The one in the storeroom is empty again. I can't be turning that crank handle all day only to find the tank is empty. Well, sod it, says I. Enough for a night. To my bed I go. It's not like anyone needs access to the bleeding graveyard anyway. Harry, if you get this, I'll meet you in the Damson Templar for a jar. Got my jar right here. When are you gonna stream Lust for Darkness asking for a friend? Would that I could. Well, actually, no. Would that I wouldn't, because it has rape as a plot point.
Come on, Papa. Let's climb this one. I can see more pictures at the top.
It's a frustrating game because it focuses on all the wrong things. The sex stuff is so boring. It is so boring. The subtlety of horror game randomly drop notes. Like I mentioned in my review, there's an orgy, right? The first 30 minutes of the game is building up to this orgy, and it's the most boring thing in the world. It is seriously boring. Yeah, it doesn't really get into any of the themes of lust, any of the darkness or weirdness of it. It's just, oh. Wait, that's not whoa, that's not a normal pig. That was like a pig man. Also, I hear something squidging about. How does the sex compare to Ride to Hell sex? Ride to Hell sex actually looked more interesting. Like, the characters in Lust for Darkness are naked, but they're barely moving. They're just positioned. Chemical transportation danger, highly corrosive, highly flammable. Whoops. Never mind that then. Hang on, what if are you supposed to... No, I guess not. Okay. I think I know what this is for. I think this is meant to be a gas can. So it's supposed to go in there. Yeah, but it doesn't go in there yet because there's nothing in it. So I think we take it back. I think we fill it with gas. Sex game not kinky enough for oddish. Look. I am not gonna be. That was normal for people not move around much during sex. Look, I was into it. Okay, I was all for some weird kinky sex horror, right? And then I got into it, and it was a bunch of drawers full of dildos and a bunch of boring ass people humping away at each other. That is not what I signed up for. Okay. You make a game called Lust for Darkness, you have the audacity to call it erotic horror. I want to see some nasty fucking, all right? That's me. There we go. Make good on that promise, you know? And then the whole sex dimension, lustiga, is so stupid. Oh, up there. Bobby Amandus. Sounds like relatable sex. Deeply unsatisfying and lazy. Oh god. You guys get me. You really get me. Oh, he's trying to get in. Let's slosh this around a bit. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, it's fine. Be right back, lots of clipping to do. So here's the thing about this sequence of the game. There's no enemies in it. You see them. You see them scooting around, but this part of the game, at least, you are in no danger whatsoever. That's why I haven't been freaking out like I did for The Dark Descent. Because The Dark Descent, I never really knew when I was safe and when I wasn't, because a lot of the times I wasn't. But this one, enemies aren't particularly prominent in this, at least not in the beginning. I don't remember how many enemies, how often you have to deal with enemies in the later bits. But we're already like 75 minutes into this game and there aren't any enemies. So... Go. I think that's literally all we want to do. We filled that entire tank just so it'd scoot back far enough to open this. Sex doesn't involve a bicycle horn, a live frog, a butter knife, and a lampshade. It's not worth having.
This way, Papa.
I knew you were a man after my own heart, Cragger.
Can we take it home?
Yes, my darlings. Of course we can take it home.
Who are you and what have you done with Mandus? Why don't you sound like a raging asshole? Check this grave out. I want to be buried in a grave like this someday. Ooh. That one was sweet. I think we're going to church. More work for Gnarl. Only need one thing, a leather clown suit. The wires came up out of the ground whilst he lay on the grass asleep. Like serpents they were, and they burrowed into his ears and became his listening. I hope y'all are paying attention to all these little notes and bits and stuff. Because from what I remember the plot, it is all actually going... It is all actually going somewhere. Okay, so that goes up there. I had it muted, I can't keep up. I mean, once you get to talking about lust for darkness, it's hard to stop. Can you just... Yeah, go over there. Scrolls. Bible. Twin candles bent to the will of the central saint, casting their light to the corners of the chapel. Father Jeremiah, I thought could be trusted with the secret, but he is like all the others. So the old priest has gone to the holding pens with his flock. He says he will enter into our world with them, a shepherd indeed. It's called Yakety Sex. Can't perform that big band playing Yakety Sex. Oh man. That's chat tonight. How do you have sex? What is your perfectly normal, not at all bizarre way of getting it on?
Your faith shackles your vision, Professor. It is an iron coffin that keeps you from grasping the future.
Tower of Babel.
We require a new deity. One of steam and the wheel, of magnetism and progress. The old god is nothing more than a lamed hog, spitting back offal at mankind.
Awful. Something awful. How awful. Go this way. I don't even think your stamina is limited in this game. I think you just run as much as you want. I hope it's a piggy playing the organ. This is kind of cool, actually. I tried to clip some good vids and completely froze my browser. Oh no! I don't have clip protection. I want this shit clipped. Where is your god now? Does he oink with the saints? That was actually really fucked up. Alright, we're missing a candle. Wait, what the hell kind of chapel is this? There's machines. And then a... What? Is that a pig person holding the heart of a pig? A chapel for pigs. What is a man? Not worky just yet. And I can't open that. Take that, Christians. Machines and pigs. I never thought it would be like this. Not like this. Hang on, there was another door back here. Who the hell is playing that? Okay, there was a second door here. There we are. Just need that extra. Ah, nope. They flock to us now, or once I had to walk amongst them to bring salvation into their lives. Now, drawn by warmth in winter, by the food that Mandus distributes, my church is full and my charges are saved. He walks amongst them and they almost worship him. He will not allow them to work in his factories, claiming that his workforce is specially trained for the new machinery he uses, and it would be irresponsible, nay, unethical to risk such precious lives as he sees here. A changed man since Mexico. It is to be praised that in the face of such appalling tragedy, and from the confines of his sickbed as he is often chained to, he conducts one of the greatest and most benevolent charities in all of London. Not content with the rise to become the dominant food produce business in the land, he distributes his goodwill, his fares, to the poor, and they congregate about his kingdom in gratitude. Really captured the pig cross. What is a man but a miserable pile of oinks? So anyway, now that streams are back and functional and should only be improving, on Saturday, Jesus, Wednesday, if we don't finish this tonight, we'll finish this on Wednesday, and we'll follow up with Alan Wake's American Nightmare. Friday's gonna be Hell Night. That's right, Friday is Hell Night. By popular request, by your insistence, we are doing Ring Fit Adventure on the Wii. It's an exercise game. Y'all going to make me sweat up in here. Yep, it's happening. It is happening. I think it'll be okay. I'm not sure I'm gonna actually be able to hear the game, because I'm probably gonna need to use, like, the plan. Please wear a goofy headband. The plan is to kind of be back like this-ish, and I think I can move the mic out far enough so that you guys will be able to hear me. I mean, I'm gonna move the camera and everything. So this I don't know about. I thought I had Don't force. I'm not gonna kill myself playing this game, alright? I will do as much as humanly possible. I may take a break in the middle and show you guys some other stuff on the Switch and then go back to it. I don't know. I'll do as much as I can. Oh, that's cool. I love stairs that do that. But yeah, we'll get as much mileage out of it as possible. Don't worry. It's gonna be fun for everybody. I'm so glad you guys decided on this one. It looks really cool. I'm legit interested. Osh will eat a hard-boiled egg for every 100 bits donated and drink a glass of buttermilk for every gifted sub. Oh my god. Aw, thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. That was kind of cool. There's actually an effect back there. Up here, piggies. Silence. Do not startle or upset the acquisitions. First egg. One in the chamber.
Listen, Papa. Hold the egg to your ear. You can hear the sea.
I don't actually like eggs, so I might have to come up with some other, what is this all about? The Costco run their eggs this week. Clicky, clicky. Oh, no! What exhumation is this? What rotten fruit? What bestitching of parts? I doubt I will ever be found, yet I leave you this, scrawled in the malodorous half-light, whilst my tormentor shuffles below, my fellow prisoners keen and squeal in the gloam, and where I wait for the knocking upon my cage that signifies it finally my turn to make that dark journey into the interior. Think about all those egg bits, though. I'll come up with some... Holy shit. What? We're going away from the voice. For once, I can be sure that's not my child. That one's too young. Is there a person in there? I mean, there must be. Alright, well, that was exciting. Oh, God! Hi. Alright, see, now we've gotten into the part of the game I haven't played before. And, so I am no longer confident in whether or not there are enemies. I don't actually know. This appears to be a hiding place. So yeah, Friday, Ring Fit Adventure, book it. And then Saturday. By Saturday, I should have a new HDMI splitter, which should allow me to stream the PS3, which should allow me to finally do PS2 Shmup Night with R-Type Final and Gradius 5. I'm gonna have to start over from scratch with the R-Type Final, but that's fine. It'll, I was gonna... Oh, shit. Wait, is that... Oh God, it's really there. It's really actually there. There it is. There's an actual enemy. And I don't know if it's coming this way or not. It is. God damn it, Absol! Okay, it's over there. It's an actual, like, pigman thing. You guys are such assholes. Alright. Alright, we've had our first pig person encounter. Why did I save my sub for that? The true pigman bear. Pulling cogwheels now, sneezed into his kerchief when the dust got into his eyes. I've begun to change more rapidly now, he surmised. And so to the stoking. Bear pigman. A perfectly safe walking simulator with nothing bad or scary. Reaganomicon, I thought I would enjoy something like that, and then I played Scanner Somber, and I actually found myself disappointed it wasn't scarier. Well, I guess we're not going that way. That fueling station's empty. Oh, we're outside again. Okay, this looks a lot better. It feels like some of that gloom has actually lifted, although these street lamps are still doing fuck all. I think those barrels are coming after me.
Water in his shoes. Always the water, and the sparks of the embers of the wheels. It's too bony! It's too damn bony!
It's too bony! It's too damn bony! Mandisco Meat Processing Factory. Anno 1828. So we know now for sure that Mandus's industry is meat packing. Obviously focused on pigs. Oh, so hey, I should also mention, so Spooktober is going to end in about 3 days. We're coming up fast on Halloween. I've got 3 more reviews to go. Once we roll over into November, I'm going to be going through a bunch of... I'm going to be working through some reviews that I meant to get out sooner but haven't gotten to yet, like Conglomerate 451, Torment Tides of Numenera. Also, one of y'all were nice enough to gift me Disco Elysium. I'm going to be reviewing that, hopefully in November.
These so-called men of vision, they would shackle the masses to a wheel and turn it till their backs break. All for that opiate, the lure of profit. These fools who lackey them, these priests, these officials, this government. They make pigs of us all.
But what solution, my dear man? How to break a cycle? You cannot simply remove the promise of a better world for these unfortunates. In the workhouses, in the orphanages, the belief in heaven is surely the only succor one can find.
We do not need to wait. We can bring forth paradise now. We can speed the passion. With only a small sacrifice, we can hold the apocalypse. With just a small sacrifice, we can free our shackles and deliver them to paradise now.
Remember that. Remember that was Mandus's aim. With a small sacrifice, a very... Oh my god, Echo Fuck. I feel like they're laying on the pig metaphor too hard, although I guess it's mostly coming from the same weird pig meat packing madman. Hamming it up. Yep. But yes, remember that's Mandus's concept here. With one small sacrifice, they can deliver people into a new era. The new century that is dawning. So now we're here. Now we're in this factory bit. So anyway, so yeah, I'm going to be working through some big reviews that I've been meaning to get to. Stream-wise, the Piston Rooms. Stream-wise, I was intent on trying something new for Wednesdays. So we discussed it in... We discussed it in Discord, and it seems like people are interested in a lot of different options. So we're going to try a variety of them. We're going to try a couple different ones. I think at the beginning of November, on Mondays, I'm going to start working through Metal Wolf Chaos. Oh god. Pig person. So I think when we start Metal Wolf Chaos, I'm actually going to double up, and we're just going to like blast through it in the first week or two of November. So yeah, November, I forget what the first Monday is, but the first Monday and the first Wednesday are both going to be Metal Wolf Chaos. And I think it'll only take like 2 or 3 nights to get through. We're also going to try doing... what else was we going to do? We might do one or two of the games from Platform February, but we'll have to discuss those further to see what you guys specifically are interested in. We're going to do a visual novel community theater night. Enough of you are interested in that we're definitely going to do it. And I'm going to do a phone game night because I have Apple Arcade and there's some legit really good games on Apple Arcade. And I want to show you all some of them. Lantern flickers when you're around actual enemies. I believe you're right, yes. I do concur. Ooh! It's train! Look at the train go. Look at the neat window. Uh-oh. Mandus here.
Hear me, Mandus.
I hear you.
I am compromised. Our contacts must be brief and occasional. Beware the wretches who populate this compound. The way you seek is under the pistons. When you meet the saboteur, you will understand everything.
I love the way whoever that is just slams the thing down. Hey! Let's make a wish! Oh, Jari, use it up? God damn it. That would solve all of our problems right away. Alright, we got any more teeth in here? No, we got a note though. Each compartment is ergonomically designed with a feed trough at one end, so the product naturally settles into position ready for the stunning arms to connect to the skull. We use the natural static charge built up by the friction of the carts against the belt to build an electrical charge, which is contained within glass vacuum canisters at the side of the stunning arm mechanisms and delivered along the stun arms via copper cabling. We have observed that the artificial lighting contained within these canisters seems to calm the product further. Post-stunning, the line tilts sharply to the vertical, the physics of which tips the stun product upwards to fall directly onto the hook of the bleeding line. This hook passes normally through the haunch or thigh of the product, and from this point, we dispense with the belt and instead instigate a channeled floor which creates a funnel, allowing blood and byproduct excretions to collect and run to the fluid collection tanks. So this guy did for meat packing what Henry Ford did for automotive production. I wish I had an inventory. It would honestly be nice. I mean, I do believe that's one of the common complaints about a machine for pigs is there's just not that much. There's not that much of the gameplay. Like, the puzzles basically amount to either flip switches or carry one object to a specific spot. Somebody sounds angry. Somebody is not thrilled. Oh, and Mandus is concerned. I like these lights. These are pretty neat. The giant coils. Alright, here we go. So we got... Okay, so we got some boilers and we got piston control room. We're in another earthquake too. When we meet Peppa Pig in this game, I don't think you're gonna be happy seeing Peppa in this. 1. The subtitle for 1 is 1. So can we get this one going? 2. Yes, I know. Do we have some more coal? Can I shovel some coal? Is that close enough? Okay, there we go. Alright. So that's going now. These pressure gauges do anything? No, they're all at 0. Like, at the very least, they could have made the machinery more interactable. Like, they could have made the machinery actually do things. So you'd have to, like, monitor, stop, or your furnace is fueled. So the whole puzzle here is just finding and fueling the furnaces. Like, it would actually have been more interesting if we could go around and, like, check pressure levels and actually have to manage some of this stuff. What does this say? Mandus Processing Company. Interactable machinery. Like, it's a start. But it's basically here. Put 2 hunks of coal in, close the door, push a button. And whoosh, we're good. Alright, so everything's good on this side. 1, 3, and 5 are lit. 6 is not. Nope! A series of collecting vents has been installed along the ceiling at this stage of the line. In the process of stunning and bleeding, the product often expels stinking vapors from its digestive system, which can be collected, condensed, and used in the methane boiler to drive the engine as a whole. In this way, the more product is processed, the more power becomes available to the machine, and the productivity is actually increased. A simple stroke of genius, but one that encapsulates the benefits of self-regulatory automation. Obviously, Mandus being a captain of industry, completely against any kind of regulation. Obviously. Alright, there's some extra coal there that we might need to take in for 6, if needed. What you're asking for is not OSHA certified. Alright. 5 is running. Not that you can tell from here. You can barely see the flame. This might be where we're supposed to go once we get everything running. Danger, no entry to the upper pistons when machinery is at rest. Makes no sense. too dangerous when the machines are not running. Damn, is there any more coal? I think you need 2 pieces per. There we go. Bring me that coal. I'm gonna find out the saboteur is just a spider weaving web that said game bad. No, it's totally Charlotte. Charlotte realizes she got duped for letting, the hell was that piggy's name? Wilbur? Take all the credit for everything? I closed it. Do you need more? Oh god, do you need more? Do you really seriously need more? Oh, there's another hunk over here. Amnesia machine for pig. It's Charlotte's revenge. Now work. There we go. Alright, it's lit. It's working. Pressure gauges still haven't changed. Dumb pig masks are everywhere. Alright, let's see here. I just reread the protagonist's name and oh, Monax. That is one of my biggest problems with this game. And they haven't spilled the beans yet. They have not mentioned the protagonist's name, first name yet. But oh, when they do. Oh, when they do. Alright, the pistons, they're going. Piggy! I don't know if it's a real one. Okay, that was a fake piggy. Also, hey. That's how much light it puts out. That's how much a roaring fire powering a massive factory assembly. That's how much light it puts out. My electric lantern puts out more than that. The fire is shy. It ain't no fry guy, that's for sure. Alright, what's this? Nothing! You can sneak back here for literally no reason. Wait, is there anything? Hey, yep, nope, nothing. No reason whatsoever. Fires don't make light. Don't lie to me, they're science nonsense. I would not be surprised if there's a piggy down here, because we just got locked in down here, and it looks pretty wide open. I have to watch for that telltale flicker. There we go. There it is. There it is. It's over there. Oh, he's coming this way. He is coming right this way. I might be able to run. Again, I don't think there's any stamina in this game. I think you can run to your heart's content. This is no big deal. Alright, that doesn't do anything. I might be being chased. It sounds kind of chasey. Let's just leave. This is flickering, but I don't think it's because there's a pig over here. Oh god! I was hella wrong about that. Oh god, did he see me? Did he see me? No, he didn't. I think he might be stuck. No, he's not. He's just lumbering. Monax, Jesus Christ. What a thing to tell people. Okay, he's right there. So, okay, they definitely missed a trick by taking out the whole sanity effect thing, where you couldn't look at the monsters. Because just letting you look at the monsters all you want kind of ruins the effect. Especially when they're just weird pig people. Oh, here we go. Down into the hopper. Okay, we're down here. This is probably the way I want to go. So let's go this way. See if there's anything down here. Or maybe this is the way I was meant to go. Alright, hang on, hang on. The Merc is getting really strong in this game. Compound X storage, danger, no naked flames. I'll be as naked as I want to be. Still in there. Note. Ooh, okay. Everything Gnarl has breaks. I don't know why. He is like mysteriously cursed. The crate arrived this morning and I had it delivered directly to the workshop. The body is remarkably preserved, although there is a subtle yet nauseating stench of damp and rot. It is humanoid in shape, but has suffered severe skeletal deformity. Remnants of leather straps. Oh! Because he's not a founder, therefore the thing hates him. Rip Gnarl indeed. Yeah, rip. Remnants of leather straps encase the torso, which is deformed with evidence of substantial muscle mass and displacement. It is difficult to ascertain whether this unfortunate is a recipient of some barbarous surgery, or was born deformed, and an attempt to force his gnarled body into some semblance of humanity was made. What he is I cannot tell, but I smell the orb upon him, and suspect my great-uncle's presence in his curious condition. So it can be done. We can reshape the body into a tool, accelerate the process of Mr. Darwin's evolution. But here my great-uncle and I part company. He chose men as the subjects of his experiments, but men are difficult to control and rotten with sentimentality. No, we require a new creature for our chattels. Loyal, clever, strong, easily sated. Yep, the orb. Mandus is related to either Alexander or Daniel from The Dark Descent. And I was going to see this part in the VOD and think, what are they saying about me? I'm not huge on games. Gnarled body ripped AF. I'm not huge on games like linking like that. I don't find it necessary. That seems kind of cool though. The mention of the orb. Locked. I felt the BioShock games were the worst about that. I would have enjoyed BioShock Infinite a lot more if it wasn't so obsessed. I think I'm supposed to get in here. If it wasn't so, yep. If it wasn't so obsessed with connecting back to BioShock 1. Through penny, sixpence, sparrows, and doves, see all the angels a-weeping above. There's no more forgiving, there's no one to save, for today darling Lily goes into her grave. About the Borb. Frictional's idea was to turn Amnesia into a franchise where different developers could make games in the same universe, like what they tried with Halloween 3. It worked out about as well. Connections back to BioShock 1 were among the least bad things about BioShock Infinite, though. I agree with that. I do agree with that. I didn't like them. I didn't think they were good or necessary. So, pro tip for developers, particularly horror developers. The less freedom you give a player, the less threatened they're going to feel. If you lock a player in like a big warehouse, then they can believe that a monster's gonna come after them.
The children weep in the darkness, and the floodwaters continue to rise.
If you lock a player in a hallway, they have the option of running forward or backward. If you lock them in a bathroom, there's not a whole lot they can do. So they know whatever happens, no matter how spooky or scary it is, it's not actually going to kill them. That right there was the worst possible example of it. Crammed into a dumbwaiter. It literally doesn't matter what's going to happen. I can't die. You can't do anything to me because I have no control over what's happening. This place looks great. I saw more glasses and teeth. I'm very excited. Now that everybody's done talking about me, chat seems to be working again. Nothing can compare to trying to link all the Legend of Zelda games. Yeah, that's a fool's errand for sure. Amnesia Infinity War. I do think it would have been cool. I love the idea of like anthology series. I love the idea of having a series that you let different developers take a swing at. Or at just a series where each entry is distinct from each other. I thought what they were doing with Nidhogg, if y'all are familiar with that, the two-player dueling game, I love that the original Nidhogg was like super low res and like blocky, and the second Nidhogg was like weirdly animated and detailed and kind of grotesque. I thought they should keep doing that. I thought it would be cool if there was an entire Nidhogg series where like the next one is like super clean, like N++ lines, and then the one after that is like I don't know, like cell shaded, and then the one after that is rotoscoped or whatever. I thought that would have been really cool. Obviously, it didn't work out so well for them because I don't think the second one was anywhere near as popular as the first. But I think you get some really, really interesting games out of doing like an anthology approach to franchises. And it would have been cool if Amnesia had taken off like that rather than dying with a machine for pigs. On the other hand, we got Soma because of that, so whatever. Nidhogg 5, PS1 3D polygons, Nidhogg FMV game. See, that would have been awesome. That would have been super cool. Sorry. In order to facilitate assimilation of tissue groups, a compound is required or the cells will not bond. Disposal of non-bonded subjects must be, must be immediate and using incineration or we risk continuous animation without form. This is unpleasant. Continuous animation without form. A simple compound of 1 part Brennenberg infusion vitae to 1 part Brennenberg infusion vitae. That was the shit that they were extracting from the people that they were torturing to death. 1 part orgone monad disperal fluid is sufficient. This can then be administered intravenously to subjects following reassembly to maintain bonding. The compound is unstable and highly light reactive. Once in the body, the Schumann lamp can be used to activate the compound, but outside the body is highly corrosive. It can even destroy small quantities of metal. That might be a puzzle we have to solve. I can wiggle the chair. That's kind of cool. Anyone seen Adventure Time episodes they let the guest animators do? I have not watched Adventure Time. One of my coworkers says I should. Nidhogg Street Fighter, the movie, the game. Oh my god. There's this dude on... Hello. Oh, gross. There's this dude on YouTube named Matt McMuscles who does a series called What Happened, where he talks about like huge failures in the game industry, and he did an episode on Street Fighter, the movie, the game. It was super interesting. I really like his videos. Semi-gibberish Star Trek technobabble really proves any horror game. I know, right? Hey, it's another model of that little temple thingy. Hell on my way. Can I have that? No, I can't have the glasses. This thing was cool. Are these pneumatic tubes? Look like it. That looks like some kind of mixer. That looks like a button I will press later on after finding things. Alright, so we got low temperature storage. Holding pens. I bet I have to... yeah. I bet... That's it. There was a lock. There was a lock on that door. I need to mix up that compound to melt it. Was it Super Interesting Turbo? It was Super Interesting Championship Edition. Oh god! Okay, I did not expect that to happen. Although, really, really disappointing that it just poofed like that. It would have been cool if it, like, wandered in here and become something you had to avoid. But that was a good moment, at least. Why are you worried about some pigs when you can casually toss a steel chair like it was a pinata? Good point, Cold Rolled Steel. Good point. As far as I can figure out, orgone monad dispersal is basically a technobabble phrase for removing the soul. Oh, yeah, yeah. We actually did I worked on an update for MapleStory called Monad, where they tried to have, like, a really intense, mature, emotional plot line. I did what I could with it. A warning. Inflamed it is, burning it does, bleeding from each hole fore and aft. Yikes. If that's talking about a person, ungood. Leaking down my legs, they are. Blood and excrement, my lungs are in my vomit. I pass clots of my organs now onto the filthy stone. Drink this, he says, and I did drink it. I did do that, because the changes, they ripple inner me. My teeth sneeze out and scatter like mice in the dark. I cannot find them all. Gathered what I can. Push them back into my gray gums with my fingers, but the nails are all weepy and falling out. Drink it, he says. It'll help the running of the fever, because not all of us can take the change. On the other table, a beast under a blanket. I never wanted to see under that, but he drank it too. He passed it on the blanket, and I heard it drink. Dear God Almighty, how can a man shit so much blood and still live? Okay. I feel like it's pretty clear at this point. Mandus seemed to had a hand in this facility that's producing pig people. Is there a pig person in here? Also, this is... Oh, shit. This is not the way I came. What the fuck? Are you kidding me? This game is a walking simulator. I think it's more enjoyable if you remember that and don't expect too much gameplay. I agree, but at the same time, I think we've had this discussion, not a roguelike. The problem is Amnesia. The problem is the Amnesia name. Coming as a direct follow-up to The Dark Descent, I don't think it's unreasonable at all for people to expect similar gameplay and be disappointed that they don't get it.
It fell onto his hands and they eroded in front of me.
Ew, gross.
To stumps. To stumps. Next time we will use an equal mix of infusion vitae and orgone disperser. No, just take him out. You can dump him in the river for all I care.
This game has had some good moments so far. I was definitely scared of it the first time I played it, when I didn't know that, like, the first hour of the game had no enemies in it. And now that there are enemies in it, it is getting me at times. Like, I don't particularly want to do this part. But man, I gotta be honest with you, there really is not any of the dread that I had when I played The Dark Descent. Like, it really just doesn't hold up. And I think that's the real tragedy of it. Like, I think this game would have been fine if it wasn't an Amnesia game. Or if it did more to make it clear that it would not be a similar experience. But because of that, it sets certain expectations. Bye, Teddy. It sets certain expectations. Total wuss. I didn't think this game was very scary. Okay, fair enough. Can you really die to the pig people? Probably. I think so. I don't know if it's an instant kill thing or if they actually whack at you or whatnot. I don't know how health works in this game or respawning or anything. From what I remember of watching the gameplay, I think it's really easy to stay away from all the enemies in this game. Took delivery of another batch of imbeciles today. They're the sorriest specimens of humanity I have ever seen. No one asks where they go to. The authorities of Bedlam are simply happy to reduce the overcrowding in their teeming, stinking halls. We measure their skulls, check their teeth, we give them laudanum to pacify them. They wait in line, livestock, dull brown eyes, and filthy skin. Many soil themselves as they wait. They're really into soiling themselves in this game. There's a lot of mention of excrement and soiling selves. There's a reason for it, thematically. I do get why they do this, because there's so much talk about, like, the blurred lines between humans and livestock. So, but it doesn't really make it any less unpleasant to read through. Okay, you can definitely fail. Good to know. Oh, damn, Monax. Ouch. Not untrue, but ouch. They do like poop, don't they? Into the manipulator, they file in silence. I hear the hissing of gas. I hear the dull groaning as teeth are removed, as bones are reset. I hear the pig screaming. We've removed all the mirrors. After the process, it is their reflections that trouble them the most. Afterwards, when they sleep, I walk amongst them. My children, I whisper to their dreams, you are my children now. I have children once again, and your forms, imperfect, will be the engines to make my own blood flow again. So yes, Mandus is producing pig people. It's gonna run past.
Over there, place it in the corner. What? You think I speak Prussian? Do I look like an inbred hog, sir?
That's precious.
Who gives a damn what it contains? Just set it down carefully and leave me be.
What the hell do you suppose this is used for? I don't like this. Oh, that opened. Yeah, I don't like getting to the end of a hallway where everything is locked. It makes me nervous. Big mask. I hear a piggy in here. Oh, there's a piggy. Oh god, he's coming this way. Oh god, he's coming this way. Oh god, it's locked. The music's fading, so we might... Okay, I just need to pull back far enough. Oh god, we're gonna have to... Oh, Jesus Christ, we're gonna have to juke him. Get fucker! Cheer Ghost, I love you, but not right now, okay? Could you not? Oh, for fuck's sake. I think we know... I think I know what we have to do here. I think we have to get him to chase us. And I really don't want to do this. Because he only goes that far. Alright, fine. Fuck it. Let's do it. Wait, he doesn't... Wait, are you serious? Wait, they don't even run? Fine, okay. Bye. I got a phone call. Hang on, will you, pig guy? They don't even run!
The lift has been sabotaged. You will have to find
3 pennies in a
the
streamer
tunnel.
cage.
Take care in this place, Mandus. It is the crucible of the evil that stalks these corridors.
Yeah, I hate to break it to you, they don't stalk very fast. Okay, I'm sorry. That's... Let's be honest here. That's... They definitely run. That one didn't. Maybe it's because of the way he was set up, but I feel like that little sequence there just felt like a huge missed opportunity. More than that, I feel like it kind of ruined my perception of them. Like, there really need to be like a long hallway after this. They can usually outrun you in a straight line. Okay, then they needed to do something with that, okay? They need to have it set up so you had to get his attention, you had to juke him around the boxes, and then you had to outrun him. There needed to be a straight hallway after this for him to chase you down. Because all that did to me is kind of like bleed out the threat. I was close to that guy. I was right up in his piggy face, and he was no threat whatsoever. That's a problem to me. Alright, so that's off. Alright, so apparently this is a... Which way do you suppose you go? I'm gonna go the really spoopy, ominous way. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm not allowed to go that way. Lest I die. You jump scare me again? Ghost children are the most tiresome thing. I'm sorry. I've had it with ghost children. More experiments with Compound X. Took the dog and injected it with straight... What the fuck? What an asshole. If you didn't hate Mandus before this note, you can hate him now. After the expected convulsions and spasmate died just after midnight, I immersed the body in a large tank of Compound X and introduced an alternating current via induction coil for a period of 3.5 minutes. Partial return was induced. However, damage incurred prior to death was retained upon revival, meaning the dog continued in the acute state of strychnine poisoning until I put a bullet in its skull. But drowning, perhaps, yes. It is, after all, known to be the kindest of suicides. If one were to drown, replacing the fluid in the lungs with Compound X should theoretically be perfectly possible as a revival method. I somehow don't think they're going to thank you for that, though. That's an OSHA violation. Somewhere PETA stirs. So here's a question for you. How many games can you think of where you are not perfectly safe in vents? I can't think of many. All right, we need a third. Or do we? No, I think it comes out the third. Here we go. Ooh, Alien Isolation. I did not know that. Half-Life. Very true. Is that what I wanted? Alright, no inventory. Alright, let's Compound X this. Definitely been somewhere you can be chased in vents. Yeah, I feel like there are too many games where you are safe in vents. Gross. Alien Isolation is about Alien, the franchise. Of course you're not safe in vents. Oh, I bet I have to hit it with something now. What do I have that I can bash this thing with? Teeth. Seriously, I melted the thing. Just gotta give it like one good whack with something. The chair, perhaps? Smash it with the chair? Apparently not. The note told you... God damn it. You expect me to read things. Schumann lamp. Schumann lamp activates the compound. There we are. There we are. Thank you, Reaganomicon. Pow. There we are. Victory. And unlike Amnesia the Dark Descent, instead of gaining sanity for completing a puzzle, we start to go more insane.
Faster, faster.
Faster, faster, Daddy. Oh, please, Daddy, please save us from the nasty machine of pigs. Not the machine, Daddy. Please, not the machine. Oh, yeah, let's just jump right the hell down there. This is a great idea. Genius. Genius level intellect. This leaking world and the rhododendrons seem to be taking over the garden by the wall. I could dig them for you. No, no, get out. Get out of this house. You leave them be. So now are we in the deep tunnels? Thud. Sorry, that was the thud. I jumped the thud there. Oh.
Isn't it dangerous allowing this filthy discharge to collect so close to the core?
We can use the flow to drive the turbines. There will always be a torrent of excreta flooding through these tunnels. We can use this to supplement the steam production and ensure constancy.
Dear God, the stench! This fecal matter is the true product of the age.
This poop is symbolic of my disdain for society. I wonder if this guy got cask of Amontillado back here. Naturally, once bled, the product must be scalded, dehaired, and scraped ready for gambling and evisceration. For this, we pass them through the steam reservoir, which is kept at a constant temperature by passing excess high-pressure venting from the engines via the boiler and series of large copper pipes into a stone chamber just below the workhouse. At the center of the machine, there's a component that must be kept at a consistently low temperature, which controls operations of the processing of product throughout the system. Alongside this, refrigeration is of the utmost importance in retaining product quality, and this also requires heat to be removed from certain areas of the machine. Two problems are therefore combined into a single solution: the removal of heat from some areas and the requirements for increased heat in others. Conducting panels draw heat using the principles of convection related by the boiler and sending freezing air along one set of pipes in one direction and superheated vapors in another. Question for those of you in the audience: what does this add to the game? What does this note add? It doesn't add horror outside of like that first sentence, which would have been better served elsewhere. It is, at best, I would think, world building by getting into the minutiae of how this whole facility works, but I also don't really think that's necessary. Oh look, it's our old friend. Except this one's electrically charged. Something down here sounds terrible. Something is snuffling around. At the same time, though... Oh, there we go. There we go. You really thought this thing through enough to explain to you is what it adds. Getting in the details like that requires a care to get in the details. Yeah, that's the thing. If it's... I feel like for something like that... Okay, there's Sluice Gate 2, so I guess we need to do some draining. For something like that, it either needs to tie into a puzzle or it needs to be an important part of world building. Not just, like, here's how our doodad works. You know? Alright, Sluice 1 has been opened. Alright, yeah, so we're down in these tunnels now.
Fast, Amandus. Drain the waters. Open the way to the bilge pumps. We are waiting for you.
Chase Room just making clear they tried this in the basement. Puts to mind the fancy world thing of, hi, I'm Sir Bob, and here's a thorough lesson about the politics of our setting. Yes. I could not agree more. Several of the older forms have breached their containment area and escaped into the sewers. They remind me of my limitations. This is no Chelm, and I'm no Elihu. At least not quite yet. It is the heat generated from keeping the doorway between open that is to blame. We cannot simply pack them about with coolant as we do the center where the doorway is. The later versions are kept safe by the freezing temperature of those towers. Up here where the air is hot and fetid, they become overheated, and their duality tears them asunder as the other place flies from their cells and their vitae splinters. They live sporadically, torn from one world to the other and back again. See, very exciting reading. For a few seconds, they are creatures of this world, then they're torn away and cease to have physical form. The vicious ripping back and forth between worlds has driven them quite insane. I've ordered the affected areas sealed and will not allow my loyal workers to enter. These are damned places now, the abode of failed experiments, ghosts of fear and spite. Okay, this one I like. Because this one is actually bothering to explain the invisible water monster, which I don't think we ever got an explanation for in The Dark Descent. But at the same time, you didn't need one. There was enough weird shit going on in The Dark Descent that you could just kind of roll with it. It's the kind of thing you should be able to figure out via observation. True. At the very least, have a compelling world. I guess was there to attempt the suspended disbelief via creating credibility. I think you're right there, Cold Rolled Steel. It's the weird thing the Baron summoned. Oh, I must have missed that note somewhere then. Alright, No, I don't want to go down there. Because there's one of those things there. Is this guy still here? Oh no, he was behind a gate. I freaked myself out with that one. Ah, we can get down here now. Okay. So we go down here to the lower level. Hey, look! It's Piggy Man. Supposed to live in the well next to Agrippa, but apparently escaped at some point. I got you. Okay, so open Sluice Gate 1. Oh, it's just you. It's just you. I feel like it's a tough thing to put players in close proximity to an enemy and still have it feel threatening like this, when there's very clearly a divide between the two. Like if I'm... What the hell is this doing here?
But we can save them. We can set them free. We can replace a rotten old world with a clean new one. Mr. Landis, you sound every bit the fanatic.
Well, how can I be otherwise, Professor? How can any man of ethics simply stand by and watch this world drown in its own excrement?
And your engineer, this visionary with whom you embarked upon this course, does he share your views?
Indeed he does. Indeed he does. The poor fellow has seen it all before. Now, this is not the first great civilization he has wept for.
And so you set about things immediately upon your return?
Naturally. These things cannot be left to rot upon the tree. And sponsors were remarkably easy to find. I tell you, Professor, a trail of greed brings rich men to your door like pigs to truffles.
Motherfucker loves pigs. I didn't realize you could actually kind of take the audio log with you. And yes, I totally agree. Over-explaining does the opposite of suspending disbelief. It very often does not help. Alright. Okay. Did they really just do that? Yeah, they gated it off. Piggy Man ran away from me. Oh god, brace yourselves, there's another note already. And I said, look, my darlings, can you see it? And they said, yes, Daddy, we see it. A tall, weathered cap of a steel-sided pyramid, so like those of Egypt. Stone falling away from the summit, vines crawling around, about intertwining the stucco serpents that thrive about the steps. A palpable sense of stillness, a weight of forgotten. And this here, this is where the king sat, and this is where the priest lived. This house, this is the house of the dead. The house of the dead. And here, where the sun strikes, this is where they threw the hearts that were not consumed. No, my darlings, they most certainly were not savages. You see, they believed that the sky could fall on their heads, and they truly, truly believed that offering blood was the only way of stopping this from happening. Perhaps, my darling, perhaps they were mistaken altogether, or perhaps their tragedy was that they could simply not spill enough blood to prevent the sky from falling in upon them. I like that note. Oh, it's just too scary. 1899 audio logs, I know, right? I thought the ones in BioShock Infinite were particularly egregious.
That's it, Papa. You're so near now.
The voxophones or whatever they were called? Those are just silly. Ah, here we go. Airlock the next area. We're really getting down there now. He ran all the way home. Ding. I feel like the game needs more of this. More like fooling around with machinery. I think that would have made it more compelling. Oh, right, I have to depower the device. More sewers. Oh, I think I remember this part. I think I remember seeing this part. Yeah. We're in the piggy warrens now. There they are. Welcome to the Wonka Vader. I think we know you just really wanted this to be the Rude sequel. Rude? Check it out. Pigs feasting upon corpses. I think this is another example of a section of the game where they really missed the mark. Like having you up on a perfectly safe balcony, and it has to be safe because there's nowhere for anything to chase you from. It's just this big safe catwalk. Having you up here to observe them in their natural habitat sucks pretty much all of the tension out of it. These are... Wait, can I open these? No. Remember, work together, sleep alone. Fraternizing will not be tolerated. That one opens. Wait, we can just watch this guy. How long till the orgy? They should have had you sneak past the feast. I was like thinking the exact same thing, Monax. That would have helped a lot. I think it's possible that this sequence is meant to build sympathy for the pig people. And if that is the case, then I think it does a pretty good job of it. But at the same time, that was pretty effective. At the same time, the cost of that is kind of cheapening the scares of your monster. Cheapening the threat that your monster represents. Like, unless there's a twist that I'm forgetting, like, we're basically establishing Mandus as the monster here. Disposal tubes, emergency access only. We're the true monsters, man, all along. Same brain cell. Funny how that works. I don't know how long this game is, but if they don't have the pigs chase you after this part, then I think it works. There may only be like one more pig encounter after this. If I'm no. There's a sequence coming up that's gonna be pretty interesting. When I'm more impacted, do it the other way around, make you fear them first and struggle with the idea of sympathizing with them later. I think that's what they tried to do. Cold Rolled Steel. I kind of think that was the intention, and that's what they're trying to do here. But they never made the pigs particularly threatening, and then they didn't do a whole lot to make them sympathetic either. Ow. Maybe I wasn't supposed to do that. I don't remember exactly how the sequence works. Can I go down? No, I don't want to go up. I want to go down. Oh god. Oh Jesus. Oh fuck. I guess I hurt myself pretty bad. Falling, machine for pigs through true threat. Yeah, I've taken more damage from falling so far than I have by pigs. This is a bit creepy, I suppose. Oh, we're getting somewhere. Holy Trinity, oh god, oh Jesus, so fuck. I think if you still encounter them after you're supposed to sympathize, then it doesn't work if you're just supposed to run. Sure. Alright, we are still in the halls here, so we're not quite to the very bottom of this place. The bilge pump, maintenance access. Okay, I think we're actually getting pretty close to the end of the game. If it takes a bit longer than 3 hours, I might go long tonight, just to get it out of the way. Who is that third, that shadow, that spirit child in the background, that barely formed, that changeling, that almost lived, that never missed? Fear, sympathize, forced to kill to get past would work. I agree. That would be a very, very effective progression.
You seem to have undergone quite a profound conversion in Mexico, Mr. Mann.
You could not have seen it yourself and not, Professor. As we disembarked, even through my fever, I saw the detritus of this so-called progress. I saw starvation and disease, rot and destruction polluting the waters of the Empire. We are ruiners, you and I, and all of us, and we make the world unclean.
And you took it upon yourself to act as Redeemer?
Professor, I would not be so presumptuous. I am merely a conduit. I am constructing an architecture to wrestle our damnation.
I probably should have waited for the rest of that. I didn't realize the ghost children would be here. Watching an LP of that one level 8 in MGS5 that goes full horror and sympathy is used incredibly effectively in there. Ooh. I believe... Oh, there's that thing again. Again, not scary. I haven't had to go in the water at all. So I do still have a list of stream requests from subscribers. If you're subscribed, you can request a game for me to stream.
I dragged myself deeper into the temple, downward ever, towards a wind that held the voices of my children, beckoning me to set
Visible electric pig. Oh, hello. That child exploded. But I know one of the requests I had was either Assassin's Creed Odyssey or Metal Gear Solid 5, and I do have Metal Gear Solid 5, so we may end up doing that on stream. Obviously we wouldn't start it this year, but it might be something we do next year after. That was quite a few of them, actually. It might be something we do next year, maybe after Kiwami. Are you fucking kidding me? Did you see that? Do it again. They flashed a pig mask. They flashed a pig mask. Yeah, 2 immensely long games. Well, I'm gonna do one of them. I've decided because I want to play both. I'm very much interested in playing both, so we might as well do on stream. Illegal jump scare. Yeah, red card. Auxiliary pump controls. That was Damien, what's up, buddy? Thank you for the subscription. I really appreciate it. Stop. Ensure all wheels are in place for correct operation of pumps. I think the stinger noise they played was a stock sound effect. I think you're right, too. I think you are right. Like, I think that's the sound of stingers, like, from, like, mobile phone games like Granny or something. Turn the valve. Wash your hands. Turn your valve. Wash your hands. Actually, I don't know what this just did. Yep, I have no idea what this just did. Maybe I can climb up over there now? This stuff seems to be gone. Very similar games that they have too many endings. None of them are all that satisfying. Well, I know Metal Gear Solid 5 was never actually... Oh, this opened up. Oh, this is cool looking. This is like some kind of vault door. I thought that might be a skull, but I think it's just poop. Yeah, I know Metal Gear Solid 5 never got a proper ending because of all the drama with Kojima. And Assassin's Creed is Assassin's Creed. Like, the only Assassin's Creed I've finished is the first. Oh my god! Oh well, that certainly happened. Yep, that happened. Okay, that was not bad. That was not bad. They finally did something with those enemies, and I appreciate that very much. Easy to confuse skulls and poop. That's a problem. It had at least 3. Yeah, the only Assassin's Creed I finished is the first one. So it's... I feel like pretty much any other Assassin's Creed I play, except maybe 3 or Unity, is going to compare favorably to that. Alright, which way am I supposed to be going here? There's blood there. I am... okay. What the hell is this all about? I'm not going down there. That's dumb. That's not gonna end well for me. Played all the AC games until the exact point a giant statue addresses you, the player, and checked out permanently. This is game number 2 or 3. Main pump controls. Here we go. So maybe we can get this thing on the road. Oh no, this needs to be... I need to fix this. Okay. More wheels, please. Stick wheels in the thing. So that's good. And then I turn this. Alright, so that's done. Some very oppressive sound design. Good night, Cold Rolled Steel. Thanks for coming out tonight. And we'll be back on Wednesday, either with the conclusion of this or Alan Wake's American Nightmare. Don't miss it. Yeah, that'll be Wednesday. Friday is going to be Hell Night. Not so hellish this time, I don't think. we're gonna be doing... Ow. Why did I climb down here? Huh, wow, it was just as stupid as I thought it would be. Throw poop. Throw poop to escape. Yeah, we'll be doing Ring Fit Adventure on the Switch for Friday night, which I'm really looking forward to. And then Saturday, if I get the splitter I need for the PS3, we'll finally do that PS2 shmup night that I promised. If not, I guess we'll do Castlevania. There's a legal bottom threshold for how deep you are before you're allowed to get all meta. That's why I liked Origin and Odyssey. Between them, they have like an hour present timeline stuff. Yeah, they really moved away from the present timeline stuff over time, didn't they? So is there something I wanted to do back here? Oh. Do I? That can't be right. Okay, because I don't want to go that way. Hang on, I need to check my journal to see what it is I'm supposed to do. Flood is drained, I prevail, the saboteur is beaten. My heart pounds with excitement, even as my head spins and shudders in fervous anticipation. How this machine now throbs about me, sensing its rebirth is imminent. The final descent beckons me to enter as Lily once lay on our wedding bed. Oh my god, dude! Man, this guy sucks. Alright, so that's drained. So I need to find... Okay, so I'm looking for the final descent. These look like doors, honestly. And it looks like there's a walkway back there. But these don't open. That didn't do anything. I can just keep turning this. What world am I missing here? Maybe there was something down here that I needed. Like, there has to be a reason for this area. Right? Is there something down here I need that isn't poop? That's true, I can't carry things up ladders, so okay, I don't know why that's there, even. That's not it. Can't go back down there. I can't go back this way. And this doesn't do anything. Oh wait, there's a ladder here. Completely missed this ladder. Okay, I can see through there. Oh, I drained the water further, so this is... Those dudes can't reach me here anymore. Okay, this is... Ah, this is it. My bad. My bad, my bad. Okay. Yet another airlock. We're almost there. There. Ding! Wash all that poop off of me. Come on. Wait for a bit. So they straight up reused the best monster in Amnesia. Yep, they sure did. But you only have to run from it once, and it's for like a 10-second segment. No puzzling or anything. Oh, it's blessedly quiet in here. What the hell are those? Seriously, what the hell are those? Core systems access. Alrighty. The stairs are steep, the sun beating on his neck as he pulls them up. Veins pop on his forearms, but he cannot deviate. He's a man driven by love. Only love. It's electric. Oogie, 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 oogie. Alright. We've made it to the core systems. Ah, note. I see you. Curled into my bunk, all sick and sweat-ridden. They clean the room about me, but I can only hear the voice from within that gentlest of stones. It sings to me and I dream of a great machine. We will build a new world from the ruins of the old. We will plant flowers in the rotten rib cage and let them grow to hold the sky from falling. I remember how it whispered to me as we rolled sick and heaving, and I remember when we pulled into Southampton and we both wept, for it was every bit as much a desecration as had been sung to me. And then we came to London, and I set it upon the mantelpiece, and I went into the house and gathered the servants and set on recrafting them. And then I went into the garden and buried those tiny shattered skulls under the weeping bulges of the rhododendrons. Tiny shattered skulls. Gee, I wonder who those could be. Stop. No unauthorized persons to enter this facility by order of the management. Let's try this way first. Pipes, water, junk, things. This is what the internet wiring in my house looks like now. Yeah, this is pretty accurate.
And we came then to London, and you set me upon a mantelpiece, and then you went into the house and gathered the servants, and reset you and I on recrafting them, and then you went into the garden and buried those tiny shattered skulls alone.
We brought back a friend from that temple in Mexico.
For your children and us, to spare them the world you have created. For us all.
Dun. So that's it. This is the machine. I love that all of this is under his mansion in London. It's a really good elevator ride.
Dear God, dear Christ, what is this place?
Let's see, this is Rod control room. Your London mansion doesn't have miles of catacombs. Yeah, that was some good-ass elevator music. I forget if I need to do this yet or not.
And they feel no pain. The process is completely humane.
Humane, Professor? That we judge the acceptable level of suffering by the human condition. Ask the beggar, Professor. Ask the orphan. Ask the
So now we're there.
poor. Ask the starving, Professor. The weak, the sick, the filthy. Ask them to define your humane.
8 and 3 are stuck. So at this point, we can kind of see what Mandus's grand plan was. Like, after his experience in Mexico, he found humanity not only to be lacking, but just absolutely horrendous in its nature. And so set about this pig plan of his to kind of correct... I wonder where that is. There we go. Open that one up. The rest of these look okay. It's like a 19th century nuclear reactor. However, we haven't quite gotten to all the nuances of his plan, if I remember correctly. And of course, if that's the case, it does beg the question, why are we running from the pig people? 3 is still jammed. Why is 3 jammed? I didn't see anything wrong with it. Oh, there we go. I just dinged something. That might have been all I need to do in here. Oh, there's a ram. Yeah, I don't see any other switches or anything, so I think we might be good here.
Quickly, the air is thin. The little faces turn. No, Mandus, they suffocate, they suffocate.
Quickly, Manda, save your children. Save their tiny skulls. Here we go.
Daddy, Daddy!
Not yet.
Now, Mandus, set them free. Set them all free.
Let's do it. Boom.
I live. I breathe again. I rise. I will rise to bleach the sky and still the water. I will spin the world wheel and set the future upon the path to redemption.
Where are my children? You promised me my children!
My time is come. More pig. More pig.
More pig. Give unto me pigs.
Boys, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yep. Yep, we know who those tiny shattered skulls were, don't we? So yeah, the voice that's been talking to us, that was the machine. Mandus Saboteur, their feats of engineering contained herein that would make even those clever fellows at the Institute reel with envy. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Get up.
And, emerging, I raised my head to an uncaring sun, and I cursed this world of pain and despair.
This civilization built on the ricketed bones of the unfortunate, on the greed and swell of mammon and empire. Cradling a stone egg in my jacket, I kissed my children farewell, and I crawled my way home.
Yeah, the voice urging us to go down and fix the machine was the machine. Hello, ghost boys. They have to do New Game Plus. Oh, we're not done yet. We are not done yet. There's still a bit of game left. There's 2 very important areas we need to get through. Can a man construct himself anew? Can a man, on realizing who he is, or on what he has become, tear himself apart down to the bricks and begin again? Are our souls just this, tiny cogwheels and clockwork, and intricate machines to serve a function that, upon reflection, we might set to a new task? Can a man, defined by his actions, defined by that which he now finds abhorrent, set to sabotaging this body, his machine, until those children of his soul turn in a new motion, and he may awake to a new sun, a new year, a new century with hope in his heart? As I reach my hands to the exposed wires, I ask myself this: is redemption possible for such a creature as I? And if not, then surely better to die amongst my creations than to continue to live as a monster. So, here you go. The voice imploring us to fix it was the machine. The saboteur was Mandus himself. Mandus saw what he had wrought, and he tried to stop it. And then, for whatever reason, forgot that, and was enticed by the self-same voice to go back and fix that which he had broken. Steam vent access only at low pressure.
Where are they? Where are my children?
Why do you ask, Landis? You know the answer well enough.
So we're here, the main engine. Let's see here. Automatic pressure regulator shut off. Children really are the most wonderfully useful creatures. The unfortunates from the orphanage have proved indispensable in cleaning the larger steam pipes. It appears that matter from the slaughtering process may indeed vaporize at the source, but drifts like dust through the air and lodges in the pipes, causing them to foul. Periodically, we shut the pressure down and send one of our pixies into the pipe to scrub the reconstituted fat away. Armed with just a shortened broom, our little explorers venture into the dark. Of course, we can only keep the pressure down for a short period, so they must be fast, or they risk being trapped and boiled by the superheated vapors when they rush back into the system. Then we will be sending their comrades in afterwards to scrape free the cooling mess. The survivors tell me you can reach all manner of places within the complex through the pipes. I smile, tell them I am so proud, and then feed them to the pigs. So yes, Mandus is a machine for pigs, asks a question that the Dark Descent asked in a much more elegant way. What's next? Here we go.
What are you doing, little piggy? Do you think I will allow you to sabotage me again?
I want my children, you unholy bastard!
So now we can slip through here. So now Mandus remembers what it is that he did, and he wants to continue. Uh-oh, Mr. Bear.
Will it hurt them?
A cleansing fire always burns, little Mandus, but it purifies and it makes anew. Did it hurt to carve out the fevered flesh? Did it hurt to cut free the gangrenous foot? Ask instead this: can we save them?
When did I say that? That is not me.
That is not me.
Boy, I sure do love sanity effects. Let me tell ya. Big fan. Yeah. Piggy had a note for me. There's a spoon of medicine, I says, and it's a silver spoon. What you did get born holding ever so painful for mummy dear, but grasped so hard it was a little screaming red fist. Later you used your spoon to dig a hole in the garden to get all the way to Mexico, and then you did eat worms with your spoon on the way to stay fat. The spoon was the same you gave your twins, and you used it to dig a hole to their clockwork souls, and you ate up their hearts like soup on the way to keep you fat. Fat little mole, where will you dig next, I asks, you and your little silver spoon made from the silver spine of your children and wrapped in the hair of your dearly departed. Dear sweet Jesus, my darling Lilibeth, what have I become? So I think this was the point in watching the playthrough that I decided this game was trying way too hard. It was trying to do the same thing that Amnesia: The Dark Descent did, but like, I mean, not even with the subtlety that that game managed. And Dark Descent was not a subtle game. But this is so much more than that. There's light shining down over here. Yes, there's a ladder. Wait, can I even get up in here? No, I can't. Alright, I have to de-steam everything. What is this? There we go. Pop that. Ah, there's another one. Continue our little act of sabotage. Child fatalities this month, 17. Is there actually new gameplay? No, there isn't. That was just a joke. All in good fun. Pig. God damn you, man, just run. Okay, I got away. They printed the number of fatalities a month on a brass plate. They sure did. There we are. Alright, we're safe in here now. Oh, God almighty. That was unexpected. Ow. Ow. Jesus. I'm gonna laugh if I died of falling damage to steam vents. Ow. Christ almighty. Okay. Up here, please.
This is your doing, Mandus. This is what you dreamt it to be.
I will stop you. We'll save them.
You are too late. It begins.
Okay.
The work has begun. Kill
This is
them,
cool.
my piggies. Kill them all.
This part of the game is what a lot of people cite as like the best part. And I think you guys will like this. You profit my viscera. We make you escape forever. You slit the throat, bleed out the pig, and it releases into the curdle. That you set your species free. Vents aren't safe, you got your wish. I sure did, didn't I? Biggies! There's a car here. No soliciting, no hawking, no begging. We're back on the surface! We made it! On here? No.
Oh God, no,
Piggies.
what have I done?
So. It's a dead naked person. So, the machine has released the pig people into London proper.
Mandus, I know you are out here. I own this city. I am this city.
No! This is not what I meant! This is not what I meant at all!
Note. No one misses the poor. Round up some orphans and the world will thank you for it. Disappear a whore and a gentleman applauds you. Cull a beggar and a lady walks safely again. I hate them. I hate them more than any of the others. This privilege, this pretension, these so-called leaders, these pillars of society, they're rich and fanciful. They wear their filth on the inside, but they're no less dirty. I have plans for them all. We'll feed them all, and then we'll feed from them. So Mandus was at least class conscious, but didn't actually make the distinction between anybody when deploying his grand plan.
Redeem yourselves. Redemption is at hand. Enter the cleansing and set your souls free. For you are born into filth and will die as
Technically, this is eating the rich, it's true.
my redemption. Can you ascend to the skies and claim the heavens as your kingdom? Fall on your knees. Ashes, bones, and ashes. For the pile will reach
Big
the
attack!
and we can
No
have
war but pig war.
burning, that this city will shine as a beacon of
Oh.
redemption for the world.
Set aside an entire wing of the mansion for their parties. We invite them from near and far, and we guzzle them in fine wine, and the finest cuts in all London. My God, Mandus, but these chops are rather divine. Who is your butcher? Feed them up, for the wine and the grains will also lend a character to the product, keep the flesh relaxed. Opium in the champagne and gravy, a hog roast every night for the Duke and the Duchess. An actress battered and sliced, an artisan in every mouthful, an importer of fine teas stewed in his own leaves. They bicker and breed under the table by the fireplace on the carpet, stained with wine and fat, whilst long dead nobles of deformed grace and cold stare watch them from gilded frames along the crooked walls. We'll hose it down later as we shovel them into our machine. So, I remember saying during Amnesia: The Dark Descent that it was interesting the way Daniel was portrayed and the way his character was introduced and built up. That, yes, he was a monster. He did monstrous things, but the game kind of presents him in a sympathetic way. So that by the end of the game, it seems like a legitimate question. Can this person who's committed all these atrocities and done all these terrible things, can they be redeemed? Machine for Pigs doesn't... No. Mandus is an apocalyptic evil. I stand and look at myself in the mirror, penis in hand, and my reflection grins at me and his mouth is full of the sulfur mustards. Vain fool, he sneers. Are you really so very different? Do you genuinely believe your works of evil are any greater than the rest of them? You're simply a weak man, a product of his age, the same as any other. This is empire, cretin. This is the killing idiocy, the natural result of the social Darwinism. If you're evil, then this world is evil. You just let the blood run in the street rather than hiding it in the poorhouse. You hold the blade and slide it home yourself. You do not pay a man to do this for you when you cannot see it. If you're evil, at least yours is an honest evil, and that alone makes you Ubermensch. And thus I wash my hands and take to bed. So yeah, I feel like there's no moral quandary here like there is in Amnesia: The Dark Descent. Mandus is a bad guy. Mandus did a terrible thing and does... I mean, if there is regret here, it is buried under thick layers of judgment and disdain.
This is what you planned.
That's a cool visual. I never noticed that before. And Manuria. There it is. Oh, hello! I might have gone the wrong way there. Yep, I went the wrong way there. Well, now you can see what happens when you die. Or not. Maybe yes, maybe no. Ow. I think I run through here. It was even capitalized just to make sure you get it, yep.
Beast! Creature! Where are my children? Where are my children?
He still thinks he can get back to his children. Is there somebody around here? Maybe not. Wait, was that? I saw something. Blocks. Bears. Oh no, the bear is gone. There's a note back there too. Pig mask. Oh, the pig mask is gone. I'm sorry. It's just... Come on, man. A different strategy for the poor who mistrust the offered hand, the plate of seeming awful. For them, we are become the disappearance in the night. More efficient and less visible to picking off stragglers and strays is the removal of entire communities in one swoop. Let the ground open under them and fall to the maw. Last month, by activating the doors at shortly after midnight on balmy Saturday, 57 individual products were obtained in a single catch. I have instructed the workhouse to begin plans for a street festival before the end of summer to pack out the narrow lanes of the teeming throng with hundreds of pairs of feet. We have begun to assemble a network of false streets and have extended the holding pens in preparation. A second pig line will be added to enable the system to cope with the increase in traffic. Mandus was kidnapping the entire population of London to turn them into human pig hybrids. That was his grand plan. That was the goal. That was the dream. He would save this world by pigifying it. So this that is happening now, the scourging of London, hey kids, is exactly what his plan was. Genocide. He did for sympathetic reason. Genocide. Farming the world. Let us not be coy. I will not let us drag this corpse of civilization into a new century. Come New Year's Eve, I will fling the last switches and unshackle the full power of the machine. The enormous pyramid orb brain told him to do it. I mean, how can you refuse, really? All right, I think we're close enough to the. I think we're close enough that we can end this tonight. I think we're in the final stretch. I'm not even sure there are any puzzles left. We might just be there. We are back on the assembly lines. Yeah, I think we're basically there. The Iron Butler. Did you forget the chase sequences? I think so. This way, please. Oh, something just went through there. Oh yeah, human torsos. Please enjoy. That one's locked. There we go. Giant vault door. Check. Let's check up here real quick. Shame all these intricate props weren't used for gameplay. I know, right? Much more interesting would that have been. Danger Compound X, no naked flames, no unshielded electronics. There be a pig. Trying to remember the purpose of doing this. Check a walkthrough out of curiosity, and it sure seems to be quite a lot of game left. Oh, there is? I thought we were almost there. Actually, hang on. Let me check. Let me check too real quick, just in case. 1 second. We're on the final chapter, as far as I know. Let's see here. Yeah, it's pig line and then one area after this, so I think we're good. I got this. With no modding, so third parties can reuse the models and actually. Oh yeah,
Will they be free?
I've never heard of
Yes,
Machine for Pig custom
Drained
stories.
and bled and freed from the prison of
I've
the
never
flesh.
played Infra. I would like to
Freed
sometime.
ascend
It
the
sounds
smoke
like
to the
it sounds like the kind of
stars.
game I would really enjoy.
The word. How will we save
Tripery,
them?
that's where we need to go.
Show me these worthy, Mandus. Show me these good. I do not see them.
So this is all Compound X, I believe. Infra is actually spooky if you're thorough. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I think we want to just kind of do this sort of thing right here. Yo, my Jesus. Yeah, that did a thing. Definitely tense. I'd be into that. Yeah, we'll do Infra sometime. That could be a lot of fun. At the very least, I'll review it someday. All right. Now it's a machine for nobody. Boom. Uh-oh. place is flooding. Okay, so now we go this way. Infra is the one with that one racist achievement? Oh no, really? Oh, okay, I think I just... Yeah, I think I fried a piggy by doing that. Because apparently Compound X, one of the properties of Compound X is converting light into electricity. How interesting. Alright, with the piggies fried, I should be able to get through here. Yep, poor dead pig. Alright, Pig Line Central Operations. I flipped one switch and blew something up. I'm the manager. Come on. Sabotage is fun. Ow. Okay, don't touch the sparking board, obviously.
I know you, machine. I know what you fear. I will rain excrement into your very soul. I will destroy you.
You are too late, Landers. My great works are almost begun.
Check out the blood flows. Oh no! This isn't right. Walking away from those temples, that small pile of stones under the rhododendrons, the skulls of innocents under the loose clod, headless rib cages in the cool stone behind the altars. 3,000 miles apart, I trace back my life to this instance. Rain channels eroded in ancient stone. The toxins are already in this damp, this falling water. I hack and retch and vomit into the sink and grasp the bowl with both hands and stare. There in the plug hole, as clear as day, a toy spine, clockwork and intricate, like a child's spine, but clockwork. How could that be? How could a child's spine be made of like clockwork? I washed it carefully and placed it on the mantelpiece by the egg I laid myself, under the garden where children's skulls are buried. I call it my Mexico. Y'all. I will rain excrement into your very soul is a great turn of phrase. I will give him that one. Alright. I'm gonna take a shower and go to the dentist. Enjoy rolling midnight. Thanks, Monax. It's good to see you tonight. Hopefully I'll see you Wednesday for Alan Wake, which I have not played. I have not played Alan Wake in even longer, I think.
I am here again, at the foot of those stairs, towards the red light of the nursery. Sunset in the window like
Cornuto, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
The horizon a slit throat. The seeping dark.
Oh man, I gotta get you caught up on Machine for Pigs, huh?
I am the jaguar-faced man. I am the feathered serpent. This priesthood is mine.
We are just about done with this. There's only a little bit more to go. Mmm, delicious. Delicious.
I can meet him, your great engineer. How marvelous.
Okay, cool.
I must say, Mr. Manders, my excitement is
I'll keep
almost
stum then.
Yes, I can see that. Step this way, Professor. I will be right behind you.
Okay. Please do figure it out as we go.
Manders? Manders, where the devil are you? I can't see a damn thing. Manders!
Remember the professor?
We are the pig, Professor. We are all the pig.
Two humanoid figures. I wonder what these could be. Hello, children. Thank you for that.
I climb in stillness now. Blue water runs in my veins, now I am clean. I carry the knife of this factory, the bowl of this mill. I am come to collect you from your fields and your furnaces. I will gather you into the white clouds. I will gather you to me, and I will take you home.
Animation's so good, we had to use it twice. Now, I will say, I like the end of this game. Conceptually is very interesting. And I do like how reality breaks down a bit here, and it becomes difficult to tell if we're even really still in the same facility, or if Mandus is doing this to himself. Veil lifts, the bride is waiting, and in that instance, cradling my children's head in my palms, I knew I had to unbuild what I had constructed. This machine was ever mine, and it fell to me to redeem it and myself.
Hear me, Mandus. My gears are adjust. My steam is built. Soon I will spill that blue water and split the egg, the atom, my soul, and there will be a very great burning that we might make the world clean. Be proud, for this is your doing. Until you steeped me in the blood of your own, I was nothing but rotten architecture. You have made me, and I will make the world anew.
Back here? Nope. Where are we now? Then you already know all I would tell you. You already know what you have done and what you must do now. Walking away from those temples, that small pile of stones beneath the rhododendrons, the skulls of innocents under the loose clod, headless ribcage, I trace my life in this instant. Rain channels erode an ancient statue. The toxins are already in this damp falling water. And in that instant, cradling my children's head in my palms, I knew I had to unbuild what I myself had constructed, though even then it was little more than a sickening dream. This machine is ever mine. It falls to me to redeem it and myself. We built an evil computer. Yep. And the mechanics of it, at least, are interesting. What are these? Vacuum eviscerators. That sounds great. That sounds so exciting. I don't want to quite run down the full synopsis just yet, because there's a really cool reveal coming at the very end.
Aye, Mandus. Of all the blood we have spilled together, the first drops fell from your hands alone.
Then I am damned for a filicide, and everything is lost.
Orgone distribution tanks. There is someone. Oh, there it is. Okay. I remember that thing now. Hanzo Sword! Welcome to the stream. What is this? My goodness. How to explain? This is very close to the end of Amnesia Machine for Pigs. This was a follow-up to Amnesia The Dark Descent. Not made by the original developers, but made by the Chinese Room, who worked on Dear Esther. It's a story about an industrialist at the end of the 19th century and his depraved plan to save the world from itself. The short version is he was a he had a meat packing industry, and he converted it into a massive machine that would turn people into pig people that he would be able to control, and whom he thought would be more malleable and more civilized than actual humans. What if people bit pigs, exactly? Okay, this is gonna be a problem. Because this is... Yeah. This is this. That's him. I'm not actually sure how this part works. We might need to do this a couple times for me to fully get it. But there's basically an invisible pig man we have to deal with. Oh, we dealt with him. Yeah, this is gameplay. Surprise. It was, briefly. We had to flip 2 switches and blew them up. They told me there was no gameplay in this. This is way... Okay. There's no inventory. There's no resource management. You have unlimited stamina. You have an electric lantern here. There are monsters, but they are very, very, very infrequent. There's like maybe... I want to say like maybe 3 or 4 sequences where you have to scoot around monsters, and then this, which is, I guess, kind of like the boss battle of the game. Although I might have to do this again, I don't remember. I also don't remember how to get this stupid room. I guess something probably blew open that I'm missing. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we can go that way. We cannot go that way. Yeah, there's no persistent health or sanity. There's just these obnoxious occasional sanity effects. Amanda's Processing Company, Electrogravitic Suppression South Tower. I don't know what that means. But we're going there. We're almost done with the game. I think this is the next to last area we're going into. I deny you. I am not your chattel. I will not be your operator, the monkey to your organ grinder. Oh, this looks cool.
Only to save you. Only to spare you. I would have given my soul to spare you
Oh, that looks
this world
cool.
and its loan.
Yep. Tormented by the memory of our children.
My children. My children. What have I done? What have I become? I will put it right, my darlings. All of my wrongs will be righted. All of my sins washed clean.
Mr. Bear. Nope. Memories, they surface like bloated bodies rising to the scum of the Thames. I looked at them, covered in the blood of their dead mother, little piglets squalling in their swaddling, and my heart at once was filled with a great love and a consuming hate I never could have imagined. At that point, did my soul split, creating him? Was this the egg of my soul, the moment the great clock began to tick? Is the only path to redemption to join us together again, to make myself whole, to close the great circle and take that madman into my heart once more, and forgive him and myself as well.
I love you, my darlings, and I am sorry. I am sorry for all I have done. I simply loved you all too much for this world.
We've gotten into some seriously impossible architecture at this point. Is there seriously another one in here? Better not be. This is like a really melodramatic cooking show. Is this the egg of my soul?
Mantis, Put aside your misguided crusade and let me save them.
It's so nice of him to forgive himself, really.
Mandus, but I have seen the future, your 20th century, and let me tell you this, a far greater slaughter awaits you there. I seek to save the world by blood now, before millions fall beneath history, pushed under by blade, bullet, and gas.
Oh! What the hell was that? Oh, I bet I'm not gonna like this. Nope, I am not gonna like this. Oh, I think I just killed myself. Yep, you're right, Reaganomicon. I totally forgot about this part. Fucking seriously? What am I supposed to do with you? Okay. Thanks, Cheer Ghost. Your support is much appreciated. Okay, I actually died for once. I think this time you might have started behind me. Juked him. Close this. Go to hell. Seriously? Ugh, this is gonna be a bit much. That's a heart. That is a heart. Can you guess whose heart it is? Wait, do I need to actually... No. Yeah, the sanity effects in this, even though you don't have sanity to manage, are so much more annoying than the ones in the Dark Descent. They are so much worse. So I found the heart, now I have to remember what to do with it. Oh, ladder, here we go. Oh, I think there are two of these. That would follow, wouldn't it? This is when the game gets really weird.
I have you now, creature. I will destroy you.
Stop him! Stop him! Kill him!
It is over. It is time to end this madness.
I think I have to climb back down? Yeah, these sanity effects are particularly awful. Because at least in the Dark Descent, you knew when it was going to happen.
Oh, God help me. I am lost in the dry paper soul of the world.
Enoch, Edwin, Oswald, and I. Alright, see you later, Cornuto. Have a good one, buddy.
Madness, listen to your heart. You know you are with me. You created me to save the world. I am your friend.
See that in there? That's the true... I guess it would be the brain of the machine. I'm trying to remember what you do in this part. That was the professor.
Mandas, please, I am no more evil than you. We sought the same thing, to save humanity, ridding them of their painful, stupid, pointless lives. Mandas, stop. Think about what you are doing. For your children, Mandas.
Do not speak of my children, monster.
I did not kill your children, Mandas. You sacrificed them on the temple steps, knowing what the coming century would do to them. Your sons will drown, lungs full of mud and shrapnel, on the banks of the Somme. You wanted to save them from the horror to come. That is the vision we shared. Everything we have built to avert this coming nightmare. You and I are one. We are the same. Our souls are entangled. We deserve to make them free.
Biggie friend. Yes. Yeah, I mean this is 19th century Steam tech. Like even with what you're about to see, he needed somebody to run the machine as an AI, essentially. So he used the professor for that. The professor is the brain. This is the heart.
Daddy.
I have stood knee-deep in mud and bone and filled my lungs with mustard gas. I have seen 2 brothers fall. I have lain with holy wars and copulated with the autumnal fallout. I have dug trenches for the refugees. I have murdered dissidents where the ground never thaws and starved the masses into pain. A child's shadow burnt into the brickwork. A house of skulls in the jungle. The innocent Mandas trod and bled and gassed and starved and beaten and murdered and enslaved. This is your coming century. They will eat the Mandas. They will make pigs of you all, and they will bury their snouts into your ribs, and they will eat your hearts.
There was indeed Absol. We're gonna talk about this in a minute.
Please, Mandas, no. For your children.
I can still look around a little bit. Oh yeah. This is the last thing you do in the game. Push! Yeah, very rude flashing. Super rude. I really like that ending sequence.
I lay there and watched the god I had created die. At the end, when we were cold as the stone we had hewn his body from, when the lights were nearly all extinguished, we heard, in the silent distance, the man-pigs singing to one another. Then, as the last lights were gone, and we lay together in the deep, they drifted away, and all was silent. Such a silence I have never known. And as the dust settled on my open eyes, and we lay together embraced forever, I heard, miles above us, the sounds of the city turning over in its sleep. A church bell ringing out, and in that moment, the new century was born.
London's fine, don't worry about it. Could do without the bright white light, jeez. Okay, so like I was saying, I like that ending sequence because of like the ridiculous scope of it. Like I love the concept of the machine itself. It's just the themes built around it don't work. And having finally played through the entire game myself now, yeah, it still doesn't really work. So here's the deal. Here's the thing, as I understand it anyway. Feel free to correct me if any of this is off base. But so Mandus traveled with his sons to a temple in Mexico. And there he saw a vision of the 20th century in which 2 world wars would devastate humanity, right? He witnessed in this vision all of the atrocities that would be committed in the coming century, and he saw his children, almost as loud as the background song. Let me turn that down. There we go. So yeah, he traveled to the temple in Mexico and he got a vision of the 20th century, of the 2 world wars, and of his children dying in them, presumably as soldiers. So in this like mystically powered madness, he decided that he could stop that from happening by leaving his own mark on humanity. So, as I understand it, he sacrificed his sons. They found that egg. I think he's talking about an orb. I think he's talking about the same kind of orb that was in Amnesia: The Dark Descent. Possibly, because there are references to it. And yeah, he might not have taken it, because taking it brings on the curse that Alexander and Daniel were trying to avoid. So it might have just spoken to him. And then seeing that as like the only way to spare his children this fate, he killed them. That's a major cornerstone of why I don't think this story works. He killed his kids to save his kids. He didn't turn them into piggies. He didn't include them in this grand design he had for humanity. He just killed them. I guess because he needed the power of the temple to build his machine. So after returning from Mexico, he built, apparently, a replica of the entire temple deep beneath his factories. And that was like the heart of the machine. That provided the mystical Deus Ex Machina power that would make this thing work. He needed a mind to control it, so he lured in the professor and sealed him in that chamber. Though it seems like the personality of the machine is Mandus's mania. So it's definitely the professor in the tank, but maybe with Mandus's crazed personality mapped over it. The orb juice nuclear reactor, yeah. And then from that, from the heart and the mind of the machine, they built the rest of it. They turned his meatpacking plants into conversion centers, taking the bits of the pigs that were left over from meatpacking and merging them with the people of London that he was kidnapping and working through this process. And there's details there, like there are prototype pigs that didn't work out right. There's the weird invisible ones that he lost control over, and something about being pulled between two worlds is what turned them intangible. I never really got that part very well. Also, if you didn't notice in any of the late game notes, his name is Oswald Mandus. Ozymandias. And we just looked upon his works and despaired. Really, if nothing else about the game pisses you off, that should piss you off. That was such a groan when I finally realized that. So yeah, ultimately, I think the concepts are interesting. I love the idea of the machine itself. I think it's one of the more interesting antagonists to come out of horror games like this. Yeah, good dad joke. Yeah. I love the merging of ancient mysticism and like 19th century technology and just absolute mania to create this massive, sprawling, autonomous complex devoted entirely to churning out an army of pig people to conquer the world, which is somehow less of an atrocity than allowing the two world wars to occur. You know? And that gets into my problem with the story, is that Mandus is at no point a sympathetic character. It's going for OM equals Oscar Mayer. You know what? Close enough. Yeah, it frustrates me immensely that Mandus, like, there's no reason to sympathize with Mandus at any point, because right from the beginning you know something's wrong. Like, right from the beginning you see those secret passages, you see where he's been able to spy on people, you see the blood stains, the bars on the beds. And then once you get into the meatpacking plants, you start getting hints that he has been doing something very untoward there. So you don't get that phase that you got with Daniel in Amnesia: The Dark Descent, where starting out, he's a very sympathetic character. Like, you feel like you feel that same terror that he's experiencing because he doesn't fully understand what's going on. And as he learns more about Alexander, he understands the need to pursue him and kill him, and he's fully invested in that mission. And then after that, after you and Daniel have aligned your goals, and you're like, okay, buddy, we're gonna do this. We're gonna take the fight to Alexander. Then you learn what Daniel did, and then you learn how culpable he is in everything that happened. But then there's the question of since he's forgotten all about it, since he's essentially a different person than he was when he was serving Alexander, like, can he be forgiven? Like, does he still deserve the fate that the orb is bringing to him, or does he deserve redemption? You never get to that point with Mandus. Mandus is just a monster from the word go. And the more you learn about him, the more of a monster he appears to be. He killed his kids for power, you know? He had nothing but disdain for the rich, for the poor, for all of humanity. And he legitimately thought that butchering people and turning them into docile pig creatures, which weren't even that docile, as we saw, forcefully doing this and murdering anybody who got in the way of it was good. And the other thing is you never see the turning point for him. You know, the game starts with him having amnesia and him being bidden by the machine to repair it so the machine can finish its work. And when he sees what it does, he comes back around to that point where he's like, "Oh no, this thing is monstrous." But it's because he thought the machine killed his kids. That's it. We never see that point early on before the game starts where he becomes the saboteur and he tries to stop his own creation. We never see that clear-eyed moment where he's like, I have done wrong and this machine must be stopped. You get everything around it. You get all the build-up to him activating the machine and him believing that what he is doing is just and good and right and smart and intelligent and cool and all that. But you never see him reach that point where he's like, my God, what have I done? Because then he sabotages it, ends up with amnesia somehow, and then you walk through the game as is. So, pretty sure you realize that he killed the kids long before the ending. I guess, but you would have, like, that seems like a lot of reading between the lines, because so much of, like, the back quarter of the game is him demanding his kids from the machine and the machine taunting him. And it really didn't feel like he fully connected with the idea that he killed him until he was going to the electrogravitic tower where one of their hearts were. That was the only time I saw true remorse in his character. But at that point, seriously, fuck that guy. It was just too much at that point. So I think the Chinese room really missed a trick with Mandus. And I think that kind of bleeds into the rest of the game. He got amnesia for trying to commit suicide via touching live wires. Oh, that fills in some of the gaps there. Even so, I don't think that makes him much of a sympathetic character. Especially since the machine was able to carry on even without him. They're trying to play him off in denial, but it was kind of not too well done. Yeah, I think that's the thing. I think this story could have possibly been done well if his madness made more sense and if there was a clearer progression where the player could see themselves sympathizing with Mandus before finding out the true depths of his depravity. Basically, they need to follow the same arc as the Dark Descent. Excuse me. It was mapped out for them right there, and they went their own way, and I really don't think it worked. So, gameplay-wise, it's such a step down from the Dark Descent. I would probably, like I mentioned earlier, I would feel a lot better about it. I would probably be more favorable towards it if it didn't carry the Amnesia brand. But they very specifically went out of their way to put the Amnesia name on it and then have it play basically nothing like Amnesia. It lost so much of what made the Dark Descent good that, yeah. It's 5 minutes of normal Mandus, then post-orb Mandus. That's true. We don't know a whole lot about him, although there is that one note we got near the end where he was talking about the birth of his children and how he felt such love and such hate for them. I think if that had been explored a bit more, that would have made his actions towards his kids, again, more understandable and at least made it a passing debate about whether or not he could be forgiven for those sins. But yeah, him killing the kids is a big cornerstone of my argument why he's just beyond redemption. Killing his kids to save his kids, like, they really need to focus more on his madness, the madness that led up to that notion, and they didn't do it. So yeah, I don't think my feelings have really changed about this game. It's a fascinating game. It's very interesting. I'm glad I played through it, but it's ultimately disappointing. It's disappointing that the story and the themes couldn't really keep up with the spectacle they produced. Instant turnaround and him being good now just didn't work. I don't either. I don't even read it like that. I don't think that was redemption at the end. I think that was just him putting an end to the whole thing. Him decisively putting an end to the machine and himself. I kind of... No, I want to believe it was him seeing himself as beyond redemption, but I don't think that was the case. I think that was him trying to redeem himself, but being an utterly irredeemable character doesn't really work. So I'm glad you enjoyed it, though. I'm glad you enjoyed going through it. Yeah, I had a good time going through this. Like I said, it's an interesting game. I'm glad I played through it again. I'm glad I confirmed my feelings about it, and I'm glad I can discuss its failings constructively. Like, I don't think it's necessarily a game that deserves to be shit on, you know? I think there's stuff you can get out of it. I wouldn't recommend it to people, but I think if you play through it, there's a lot of interesting searching around in the narrative you can do. So yeah, that's Amnesia, a Machine for Pigs. And we are almost an hour over time, so I am going to call it for tonight. I am absolutely sure I want to quit. Thank you. It's me. All right, gang. Thank you so much for hanging out tonight. I'm glad everything seems to be working pretty well. We had some drops, but it seems like everything's pretty stable, and it might clear up completely tomorrow. But it seems like we're in good shape for now. Wednesday we're gonna play Alan Wake's American Nightmare. I don't know if that's gonna take up the full evening, but if it doesn't, I got more stuff we can do. Friday is gonna be Hell Night. We're gonna do Ring Fit Adventure, so definitely don't want to miss out on that. Me huffing, panting, sweating in a decidedly unsexy way. I will warn you right now. Saturday is either gonna be PS2 Shmup Night, finally, with R-Type Final and Grady's 5, or NES Castlevania Night. And then next week, we are going to be doing a wide variety of things. We're going to be starting up Metal Wolf Chaos. We're going to be revisiting some games, some older ones. I think I'm going to be playing Abandoned Ship a week from this Friday, because I've been meaning to go back to that one. Yeah, let's hope the internet stays... Let's hope the internet stays healthy, at least as healthy as it was tonight. Anyway, real quick, let me see if there's anybody up and around to raid. Kit Kat's playing the Dark Pictures anthology. I don't know how interested you guys are in Man of Medan, but let's go raid her. If you feel like some more horror tonight. There you are. Hang on, you're still going, right? Oh, no, she just went offline. You know what? Never mind. No raid tonight. Nobody else is online, so. All right, gang. Thanks again for coming out. I really appreciate it. Hopefully, I will see you on Wednesday. Until then, as always, y'all take care. Bye, everybody.